Pointing out that for the Kimmel wedding, that it's a short article and you did make the cut, considering the celebrities that were there.
Yeah, right, but I wasn't photographed. Do you know there were paparazzi sitting in the bushes?
First of all, where was it?
In 𝗦𝗁𝗲, in 𝗦𝗁𝗲, California, in a place called the 𝗦𝗁𝗲.
I don't even know where.
Spa.
Is it 𝗦𝗁𝗲 in LA?
It's an hour away from Santa Barbara.
Holy shit!
How involved is it getting in the, like, hiding in the bushes? Is it like...
Unbelievably, I don't even know how the fuck they did it. It's a private resort. It's crazy.
I, of course, was at the Jimmy Kimmel wedding extravaganza over the weekend.
How was that? I have been waiting with bated breath to find out what that was like.
It was beautiful, first of all. I mean, you know, I'm so fond of Jimmy and Molly that I was really happy for them.
You were happy to see them take their vows, that walk down the aisle?
And it was fun. I mean, I was kind of like annoyed that I left Friday morning and I had to come back Sunday morning. And you know me, I don't travel well, and I'm always exhausted. And so, like, the whole day Sunday was gone, and the whole day Friday was gone.
Wait a minute, but why did you leave on Friday? You could have made it a longer trip.
Oh, well, what am I going to do there? I mean,
what do you do here? Lay around?
No, but I mean, I had stuff to do in New York, and then Friday was the day before, you know, Saturday was the wedding, so I left Friday. You know what I mean? I'm
just saying that you did have the time to lengthen it so that it wasn't such a quick turnaround.
No, that would have annoyed the shit out of me. What am I going to do? Like I hate being in hotels, but this was a nice place. It was in 𝗦𝗁𝗲, California, wherever that was. I had no idea where I was.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Yeah, we landed in Santa Barbara, and then took
so
about
it's up north. Okay.
Yeah, and then took an hour. Is that where that is?
Yeah, no. That's above L.A.
I thought north was Alaska.
Well, if you keep going.
Yeah. You mean if I go north from there, I'll hit Alaska?
Eventually.
Wow, cool. I should have done that because I went for a run. I didn't realize. I'm going to run to Alaska. I'll be back. And, you know, it was about 300 people, and Friday night was a big barbecue, you know, in a barn. And that was a casual kind of thing. Like, I didn't know what to wear. Like, my wife always knows what to wear, and I had to figure out what to wear. So I wore, like, what did I wear to the barbecue? Like jeans and, like, a T-shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you do at a barbecue in a ranch? Do you have to dress up like a cowboy? Or?
Well, it was, like, country music, like guys in cowboy hats and...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jimmy and Molly got dressed up, but Jimmy was...
have to wear a lariat?
Well, Jimmy was wearing like a white silk pants with a white vest and a white shirt. He looked like a tattoo from Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I could tell Jimmy didn't dress himself like someone got a hold of him.
Somebody did that for him?
Yeah. Wasn't used to seeing Jimmy like that.
Yeah, silk pants.
Yeah, he was real happy. It was really cool. And, you know, this is a private resort where, and they had the whole resort, you know, booked up.
Booked?
Yeah, with all their guests. And
so you stayed there and the wedding was there?
Well, you got to hear this. The paparazzi were very interested in getting pictures of this wedding because I think my theory is because Jennifer Aniston was there. And Jennifer Aniston, that girl, I don't know how she functions in her life because everywhere she goes, for some reason, they want pictures of her, candid pictures of her. And, I mean, like, they go berserk. I was talking to one of the security guys, and he said to me, yeah, we've had a couple incidents already with paparazzi. I go, what do you mean? Well, like how do they get onto the property? Because what they do is they book rooms, other people book rooms, and then sell them to the paparazzi.
Oh.
Yeah, so they had already picked off 2 or 3. But sure
who
enough,
in the world knows that's a business?
Oh my God, it's a whole business. They must pay a lot of money for these pictures because I should have taken some pictures. You know, because Jimmy wrote no social media, no picture taking.
Did they collect your phone?
No, but I was glad he put that because everyone with these phones, they drive you fucking nuts. So, of course, right after the wedding, there are the pictures. These guys were hiding in the bushes on the property. I don't even know how they do it. They should be in the military. They should be in the military. I mean,
this is why we can't find out what the terrorists are doing. They're busy finding out what Jennifer Aniston is doing.
I'm telling you. I don't even know. I mean, I was there. I don't know how these guys You had to take a trolley, like there was like little trolley cars set up on the property to get to each event. And they had pictures that, like, within an hour of Jennifer Aniston on the trolley car, and this one and that one. It was unbelievable.
Wouldn't it be funny at the end of all of this if you found out Jennifer Aniston hired these people herself?
That would make sense, because it's ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it.
But that's a business out in Hollywood.
Just following Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was quite, you know who I love who was there? Andy Richter. I love that fucking guy.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you discover you loved Andy?
I love him. You know when I discovered? I went back to my room. I go, I love Andy Richter. I did. It was so funny. I walked out. I got a free lunch at this place, believe it or not. My wife and I were going to go for a run, and then we wanted to lock our stuff up in the safe in the room, you know, in the hotel safe. You know, whatever it is, in your room. You have a little room safe.
Right.
Both safes in the room didn't lock. So I call up the security guy. I go, hey, I can't lock up my shit. You know, and put my wallet and stuff in there. So they come up. For an hour, they're in my room with me, trying to get these safes to work. They finally do, and the guy says, hey, I want to offer you a free lunch because we took up an hour of your time. I was like, oh, you don't have to do that. Meanwhile, I'm such an asshole. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have to do that? I was like, yeah, of course he should. I was arguing with myself. I try to be a sport, and I go, you don't have to do that. And I was like, fuck, I just spent an hour with security trying to get this stupid safe to work. Of course I deserve a free lunch.
Yeah, how about just saying thank you? That's a nice gesture.
I don't know.
For taking up my time.
Yeah, you're right, but I didn't. But the guy insisted, and then I said, okay. So we went for a run, and then we went to lunch. And Beth orders a smoothie. I go, we're getting a free lunch. She'll order everything on the menu. I was in full diet mode, so I just ordered like grilled salmon and nothing else. I lost 15 pounds.
On the break?
Well,
or
yeah,
that,
my
meal.
My whole diet kicked in, you know, like over the break, and I worked out a bunch, and I did. I dropped 15 pounds. I could fit into my suit to go to Jimmy's wedding.
Good.
Oh, my God. I was so pleased with myself. I'm so disgusting. And I'm walking around like I was at the pool with my shirt off because I'm thinking I'm looking so good.
Did the paparazzi catch you?
No. You know what? I thought we were paparazzi safe, so I was like walking around. I didn't care. I had my balls out. But I didn't know that the paparazzi really were there. I was like, wow, this place is pretty, you know, safe and secure. But Andy Richter is funny. And I saw J.J. Abrams, of course, the great director. Mm-hmm. You know, he's working on the new Star Wars. I was asking him about that. Yeah, I did get a little.
Secrets?
Yeah. I put in my 2 cents.
You told him what you would like to see?
Yeah, I said, I like 𝗕𝗵𝗄. Bring him back. Let's see 𝗕𝗵𝗄. Yeah, I don't know. I put it. I don't even. You know, JJ's amazing. I wouldn't even know where to begin, like making a new Star Wars. Like that wouldn't even interest me because I'm not even sure where to begin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's such a mess.
It's a mess.
What do you do with it?
Yeah, how do you straighten out that whole situation? It's such a fucking mess. Well, he straightened it out with Star Trek because I thought that was a mess too, and he kind of came up with something new.
Yeah, but at least it was only the TV show that had become a mess. It wasn't the movie.
Oh my God.
The whole Star Wars thing is a mess.
I had a real good table at the wedding too.
How do you tell if you have a good table?
Oh, you can tell. Oh, some people have bad tables. I had a good table. Here's who I was at my table. Bob Iger and his wife Willow.
Okay.
Who, of course, runs Disney. He's a powerful guy. And that's good. Because, if I'm going to be there, I might as well talk to some powerful people.
You want to have a power guy at your table.
Yeah, he's a real nice guy, too. He seems to be. Brad Gray, the head of Paramount Pictures.
That's a big guy, too.
Yeah, I wish I'd had a few projects. I could have sold them while I was there.
You could have pitched at this table.
I was like, hey, I should be pitching these guys. So yeah, to the left of me was Bob Iger and his wife. Let's see who else was Johnny Knoxville and his beautiful wife Naomi.
Well, that seems like a sharp left turn.
Yeah, I know. I go, Johnny, don't embarrass us. Some big shots here. Don't don't start to taking your balls and whacking the food with it or something.
Right.
Yeah. Johnny was there. I never know what to call Johnny Knoxville because everyone who knows him calls him PJ or something like JP or PJ. Like he has some sort of other name.
Right.
Like Andy Richter calls him PJ. He goes, hey, PJ. And I'm like, wow, I'm the only one who calls him Johnny. I must be like a dickhead because like it's like calling Bozo the Clown Bozo, and instead of Larry Harmon.
Yeah, you're not in the inner circle.
Yeah,
you don't
like,
know Bozo is really
yeah, right.
Larry.
Hey, Bozo, how you doing? My name's Larry, all right? I don't have the wig on right now. So evidently Johnny's name is only Johnny when he's doing
That's his professional name.
When he's getting hit by a truck.
Yeah.
I heard Don Rickles once go up to Johnny Knoxville and go, why don't you leave? Why don't you go out and get hit by a truck and do what you do best? But, yeah, so it's Johnny Knoxville's name is like PJ. Oh, yeah, here's a note. Johnny's real name is Philip John, so it's PJ. So, I guess I should be calling him PJ, but I don't know how to make that move. Like, I don't know.
Well, he's never told you to call him PJ. I wonder what the move is.
I don't know. But there seems like Andy Richter doesn't know Johnny Knoxville that well, and he's calling him PJ. And I hear everyone, hey, PJ.
But why would you know it's PJ?
I don't know.
Somebody has to tell somebody.
So I go, Johnny. But evidently that's like, shows that you're not really a friend. And I mean, we're pretty friendly, Johnny and I. Or
you
PJ.
didn't drink the moonshine. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, PJ.
When you drink the moonshine, you get to call him PJ.
Yeah. And the whole resort was like transformed into like a Jimmy and Molly thing because there was a bar and it was called Jimmy's Bar.
Oh, so for the night, it's Jimmy's place.
You wouldn't believe this. I get to this resort in 𝗏𝗏. I forget the name of it. Very nice place, gorgeous. And I get there for the wedding and everything. And the guy says, your room isn't ready, Mr. Stern. I go, oh, fuck, not one of those situations. Like, where you got to sit around and wait. And he goes,
right. Well, you really don't get to check in until 3 o'clock.
Yeah. I left super early in the morning figuring I could take a power nap and then be all set for Friday night for the big festivities, for the big barbecue. So now this guy's fucking with me because I've got it all worked out that I'm going to get to California early, take a nap, and be all set up. Maybe even get some...
Now you don't have a room.
Now I don't have a room. They go, oh, well, Mr. Stern, we can give you a different room, but, then you can't unpack or anything.
Yeah, because they're going to give you a holding room just to wait for your real room?
I even looked at the guy and go, you got to be fucking kidding me. I'm the wrong guy to do it. I have a radio show. The rest of these dweebs don't. You can make them wait, but don't make me wait. It made no difference, though. I tried to throw my weight around. It didn't matter.
No weight.
No, I had a weight, so I'm just standing there.
You lost 15 pounds. You had no weight.
I'm standing there, and then, Beth goes, oh, I forgot my sunglasses, so we had to go buy a pair of sunglasses. And then I walk out, and Jimmy's in a golf cart driving around. He goes, oh, I heard you had to wait for your room. Let's drive around and look over the resort while you're waiting. Which was really good of him. I mean, I figured the guy's busy with his wedding, but...
Right, now he's your tour guide.
Yeah, but he wanted to show me around. So I get in the golf cart, and I'm in a golf cart at a golf resort, essentially, and I said, what the fuck is with all this golf? I mean...
They have actual special conveyances for it.
Yeah, I said, I've got to be missing out on something with this golf, because, there's this place was like 800 acres of golf. And if they're filling up this place constantly with golfers, there's got to be something to it.
There's whole places where people buy a home off the golf course.
Yeah, because they have to be near golf at every minute.
Yeah.
So we're driving around and we're looking around. And there's really not that much to see. Jimmy showing me where the pool is and this and that. And I said, what's over there? He goes, oh, that's the driving range. I said, let's hit some balls. Now, I've never hit any balls in my life.
Do they have clubs that'll fit you?
It wouldn't matter because I wouldn't know how to hold a club anyway. I use a club for hitting people over the head. That was a perfect size. So Jimmy pulls over, and it's me, Jimmy, and Beth, and we get out, and the guy gets we get a bunch of bags of balls, and they give me a driver. Is that what it's called, a driver?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're going to drive the ball.
Yeah, I guess. It's a driver. I don't know. Now I'm like, what did I get myself into? Because I'm going to look like a douche. I've never hit a ball before. And even though I announced to everyone, First, I get out of the car and I go, my room isn't ready. I announced it to anybody I saw that my room wasn't ready. Then I announced, I've never golfed before. And it's not like me to try anything athletic. You know that. I'm not looking for any new challenges or to humiliate myself. I get humiliated enough in life. But we went down there and I said, Jimmy, let me see you do it. And he did, and he took a swing and he hit the ball.
Did he know the stance and everything? He knew the grip?
Yeah, but Jimmy wasn't really teaching me anything. You know what I mean? Like, he could have said, hey, this is what you do. I go, Jimmy, how do you even hold the club? So then I go, Robin, I whacked this ball over 300 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
To the furthest flag. Jimmy goes, wow, that's a pretty good ball. Now, normally...
That's Tiger Woods and better.
Yeah. What?
Scott DePace just hit me on the speaker. He goes, I'm calling bullshit.
Scott, here's the problem. Beth was videotaping it. I got it on video. I got it on my iPhone.
Yards? I can't hit a 300 yards.
Call Jimmy. I hit it over. So I said, well, that's just beginner's luck. Well, they put down one ball after another, and I mean, I didn't hit every ball 300 yards, but I'm telling you, I hit 25% of my balls 300 yards.
What are you doing sitting here? We got to get you
That's what I
as a
said.
professional golf.
So they call over the pro. I said, you got to watch me. I stopped everybody. There was even some guy there, like he looked like he was a pro. I said, you got to watch me hit this fucking ball. I think I'm an idiot savant.
He just won the U.S. Open.
No, you're just an idiot, he said. No, I said, this is unbelievable. And I'm whacking balls, and now I'm going whacking balls crazy. Like,
now you're loving golf.
You know what, though? I said, there's no way I'll ever be able to do this again. Like, I'd go out on a course with a bunch of guys and probably miss the ball 57 times. And not only was I whacking the ball 300 yards, I didn't even know. I put the tee all the way into the ground.
Yes. You didn't even have it sitting up?
No, the tee's supposed to be sitting up. Jimmy didn't even tell me that. I said, Jimmy, I go, what's with this tee? He goes, oh, no, you gotta. And once I put it up, then I was really fucking hitting the ball.
Wow.
It ain't that hard. But then someone explained to me, it isn't the driving that's hard. It's when you get to the hole to get it in
the accuracy.
Yeah. Even Jimmy was like, shit, I can't hit it that far. And he goes, man, and your accuracy was, like, I was right near the hole.
Wow.
But I wasn't really aiming. I just addressed the ball, go, hello, ball. And then I just hit it. So evidently I'm like the world's greatest golfer.
Apparently, Howard, what I'm getting from the office is they want to see the video.
Gary, come here. You got to see this. I don't know. I would release this. I would put this on the web, actually. But I don't know what Jimmy's talking about. Like, you know how like Jimmy's in the background talking to Beth. I just want to make sure it's nothing confidential.
You should.
Here, wait. I got my phone. I know, this is unbelievable. Wait, what?
You should let DePace watch it, just because, I mean, I'll look at it too, but he's the...
And you won't know what...
Listen, I'm
no,
not
I do,
lying.
I know.
You can ask my wife.
300 yards is, Howard, it's a ridiculous amount.
I hit the yellow flag. It's over 300 yards. 300 yards, and not just once.
He wants to see it.
What do you want from me? Wait, let me get... It's going to take me a while to get it. Don't get too anxious.
300 yards is like... You know what it's like saying? It's like saying... I went down to City Field yesterday, and I was taking batting practice, and I hit one into the upper deck.
What can I tell you?
Right?
Ask Jimmy. I only have one of my... Here, wait, this is one of them. I think this is it. Let me make sure. Oh.
The next day, it said, move over, Charles Barkley. You're no longer the worst celebrity.
All right, wait. That's Jimmy talking to Beth. And Beth's taping me. Here, come here. Get over here. You got to see this, DePace. Watch me fucking drive. You're not going to believe this shit. Watch this.
Poor posture.
Yeah. What do you want from me? First of all,
Look, wait till you see him.
First of all, I'm 6'5", and the little stick that you hit shit with is too goddamn small for me. I gotta get.
That's what I said. I didn't think they'd have a club that would fit you.
I gotta get my own fucking clubs. Like Mark Consuelos has his own clubs. He had them shipped down there for the weekend.
He's wearing all black on the golf course.
Yeah, dude, I just stepped off a plane.
my
What do you want from me? I didn't have any clothes with me. That my shit.
Yeah, just see the shirt. All right.
Fucking
It's
dick.
grass. What are you supposed to dress for grass?
The next day, it said, move over, Charles Barkley. You're no longer the worst celebrity golfer.
Oh, stop it. That's hilarious.
That's pretty good.
Down there is the yellow flags. I hit 300 yards, and I hit it 20 times in a row.
That's not up to 300.
I got that on video.
That's
Yeah.
What?
Tweet that. I said, you wouldn't believe.
That's pretty good, man. At least you hit the ball.
Hit the ball. I'm telling you, it's nothing for me. I'm like fucking Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger Woods.
What I'm saying is, like, remember when when Tiger Woods was 4 years old and everybody was going crazy about what kind of golfer he was going to be? They should be doing the same for you now.
Yeah, but my father ignored me. Tiger Woods' father paid attention to him. I'm telling you.
So now you know how fun it is.
But Scott, was that 300 yards?
No, there's no way that's 300 yards.
It's not.
I don't even know what 300 yards means. The guys were telling me I was hitting it out to the yellow flag. I go, how far is that? They go, 300 yards. Jimmy goes, yeah. And then I did it again because nobody believed it.
300 yards is the line of you're a great golfer.
I'm a professional golfer.
I would say that's about 200.
Dude, they mark it off. I'm not telling you. I'm not making up the 300 yards. This is what they mark it off. The yellow flag is 300. The purple flag is 200. The shitty flag is like a black flag that's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Good job, man. That's all. It's hard to even touch the ball when you're a beginner. That's good stuff.
Yeah. That's it. I'm retired now.
Come on, let's go play.
You know what? I could never do better than that.
You don't understand the camaraderie, all the fun. You hang out for 18 holes.
But I want to win.
Yeah, I do too.
So like I'll never be able to do that again. That's got to be beginner's luck, right? I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe you should actually try to play one game. Suppose you are the world's greatest golfer.
I know. What if I am?
And the only reason we don't know it is because you would never play a game.
It's true. Who knows? I might be the world's greatest pianist too. We just don't know yet. I won't try.
Don't you think it'd be fun hanging out with me for 18 holes? Come on.
I actually enjoy your company.
Let's go do it.
Yeah. All right.
Have you really ever spent time with him?
Yeah, actually I have. Spent the whole weekend with him. Maybe we had a good time.
You weren't alone.
No, I had other. Are you crazy? I had other people there. I'm gonna be alone with them.
Golf might be alone.
But anyway, this guy doesn't. What do you mean? There's no way you hit a golf ball 300 yards? I know I did because everyone was there, and I got it on tape.
You hit it off the grass and without a tee?
No. I had a tee. I didn't know how to put it. I didn't realize the tee sticks up all the way. Like I had it pushed all the way into the ground.
Will you put it on Twitter or something so we can all see it?
All right.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
please.
Jason, if I send it to you, can you... I don't even know, but I don't know what Jimmy's talking about in the front of that video.
He's just telling a story about Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley, but I don't know. Is that something that he...
Charles Barkley is notorious for being a terrible golfer.
Right. Charles had a show where he did like a 20-week show to fix his swing on the Golf Channel.
Do me a favor, Gary. Just listen to the dialogue before you put this on the web and make sure that Beth and Jimmy aren't saying something.
Just take the audio out if need be, but I'll listen.
Here, I'll forward this to you. Forward all. Include. 𝗵𝗵. Gary Dell'Abate. That's his real name. Yeah, all right.
Well, that's because you're in the inner circle. You know his real name. You don't have to call him 𝗵𝗵. His professional name.
Oh, there I am, Robin. There's my. Oh, so Robin can see my swing. Look, whack, 300 yards.
Like I said, it's a loss to golf.
Robin, you see
you won't pursue this.
You see all those brown spots on the lawn? Those are all the balls I missed.
Is it safe to say you've been waiting for this discussion the entire time you've worked here? I mean, this is such a passion of yours.
Well, it's safe to say that I have said what a great job this is, but how much better it would be if Howard were into golf, just playing all the time, all the access we would have. But no, he's never been into it. In fact, he belittles it.
Describe what you saw, really, now that you're out of the studio. Was it pretty bad?
I saw, poor posture. I saw a guy wearing all black on a golf course and sort of a limp-wristed type, look. He was sort of like this, and then he went up a little stiff, but then he hit the ball real crisp. It was real solid. So
he was at least striking the ball well, because a lot of times you top the ball or
I would guess that he would miss it, top it, whatever. Like you do that a lot.
Completely. I'm in my own head times a million. So once the beginner's luck and you start actually thinking about what you're doing, that's when the trouble hits.
He'd be miserable if we actually went. It would, the first hole he'd miss it and he'd be like, fuck this.
Do you think that day will ever happen?
I hope it does. I hope. If there's one thing he could give me, it would be a nice round of golf. That would be a really special day.
That you said.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, everyone keeps asking me about the Trayvon Martin case, and I was shocked by the verdict, actually. I don't understand the laws down in Florida. My feeling all along was this with this thing. The basis of my questioning was everyone said, not everyone, this guy Zimmerman. And by the way, that's the most startling thing in this case. A Puerto Rican guy's name is Zimmerman.
Yeah, Hispanic Zimmerman.
Yeah. I go, wait, how'd that happen? Never mind any other questions about who's guilty or innocent and how someone ended up dead. His name is Zimmerman. And you go, oh, wow, this is a Jewish guy versus a black guy. No. They go, he's a Puerto Rican guy named Zimmerman. That guy. Fucked up world we live in. You can't tell what anybody is anymore.
And the point is, it doesn't really matter.
If I was a prosecutor, I'd come right out questioning even that. Sir, we need to know, how is your name Zimmerman and you're Puerto Rican? Anyway,
maybe that was the argument.
My take on this whole thing was, because everyone was asking me, what do you think's going to happen? I said, look, the bottom line is this. This guy Zimmerman claimed that this kid, Trayvon Martin, was suspicious. The question, what was so suspicious about this kid? He was black. I mean, what was he doing? He was walking down the street in a hoodie. And a lot of teenage kids, white and black, wear hoodies. So why was he suspicious? What is suspicious about Trayvon Martin?
It was the neighborhood, and Trayvon was black.
Right. That's it. End the case. There's no reason for this kid to be suspicious. I don't know. It seems really fucked up.
But that isn't the question as far as I'm concerned. The question is, was he supposed to engage with this kid at all? Why was he?
The cops told him not to.
Follow him around.
The cops told him not to.
Yeah.
And then the guy walks. I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. It was weird.
Yeah, they got some. I don't know what the jury heard.
Right.
You didn't sit in the courtroom. But they had, I remember a couple of days listening to testimony from some experts about, what Trayvon was doing at the time of the gunshot.
Yeah.
That they were tussling somehow, and Trayvon, like one expert was indicating that Trayvon had to be attacking Zimmerman when the gun went off.
Well, I'm just convinced that, if I was the prosecuting attorney, I wouldn't, you know what I'm convinced about? These juries can't handle facts. They give them too much shit to think about. I just would get up there. I simplify everything. I just go like this. Look, I'm not going to waste your time here. One question. This guy Zimmerman says this kid's suspicious. He wasn't doing anything except walking through a neighborhood. What's so fucking suspicious? That's it. And then I would have said, okay, the prosecution rests.
But
I'd love to ask this guy Zimmerman. Why
did you take the stand?
No, of course not. Why do you think this kid was so suspicious? What did he do?
But it's not illegal to think someone's a suspicious person, Howard.
It should be. I don't know, man. It's weird. So, but look, I wasn't on the jury, but anything I saw was. That's the problem why I can't sit on a jury, because I already make up my mind within 3 minutes. No one can change my mind.
You don't have to hear the
No, I never have to. Testimony unnecessary. Let's get out of here. I pretty much know the answer.
Shatner?
Yeah.
Should I try and do it the week that Takei is sitting in?
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah?
That'd be great. Hi, Bill.
Hello.
Hello.
George, how are you? What were you? I was trying to, I was trying to go. I have 20 minutes with Gary in the morning, and George walks in and says, "Hey, you're not going to believe where I was." I go, George, what is it? He goes, I was in Italy, and everyone there mentions Howard Stern.
Really, in Italy?
Which is insane. No one's mentioning Howard Stern.
I did not say everyone there mentions Howard Stern.
You have a lot of fans.
There were Americans that came up to me and sidled up to me and say, "Oh my," or "dry oatmeal." Brazil. You know, and I know exactly where they're coming from.
Well, George started. I said, George, on the air, talk on the air. Don't talk to me before the show. There's nothing that interesting.
I got to save it.
You got to save it.
That's right.
So what happened? You and Brad went on a vacation?
2 weeks, because I've been working all year long, and I thought we.
Are you referring to Heroes? The show?
No.
It's
Super
over.
Ninjas, the Nickelodeon show, Saturday nights, 8:30, every Saturday night.
Is this a major role for George Takei? Is this a role where it would take? When you say you've been working hard, you mean every day on the set?
Not every day. It's like Charlie's Angels. I'm Charlie.
Right.
I'm the ninja master, and I've taught my grandson, his buddy, and his blonde crush how to be ninjas.
Right.
And in the dark of the night, within the shadows, not getting any credit for it, they right the wrongs of the world.
Superheroes.
So it's, like at most, the ordinary episodes, at most 3 days.
Right.
But
it keeps you in town.
It keeps me in town. I can't get out. You know, they're the additional dialogue recording and all.
Now, where did you go? So you and Brad went somewhere in Italy.
We went to Milano, Venezia, Firenze, Roma, and
Gary said you got. Gary said you got to ask.
I was
George.
in Rome. I was in Florence, but I didn't.
You didn't go to
I didn't go
Firenze?
crazy.
Gary said to me, you got to ask George where he's been, because he his overpronunciation.
He's like he's Italian.
He's pronouncing them in the Italian.
Well, it's the arrogance of the English speaking.
Well,
we impose.
You're talking to us now.
I believe that a place should be called by what the people of the place should want it to be called.
You want to know something about George? He's right. Because someone has got to keep the integrity of the language. The other day, I'm talking to someone, and I caught myself. I said, this was during the hurricane. And I said to my wife, they're carrying on like they're expecting a tsunami. And she goes, tsunami? I go, yeah, tsunami. Yeah, I said, Jesus Christ, George taught me that. And I'm actually saying it now, tsunami.
That's the way it's pronounced.
Hey, you're right.
Hey, George, where's the place you went to that starts with an S?
Sorrento. Oh, magical, a dreamy place, paradisical. And your favorite hotel was in Amalfi.
Yeah, so you were there
Amalfi
too?
Coast.
Yeah.
We were there too.
Is there an extra L in there? Amalfi.
Yeah.
Sorrento.
Amalfi.
There's a hard L in there.
Portofino. The Amalfi Coast is just absolutely dreamlike.
Yeah.
I fell in love with right there.
Was that your first time?
No, I've been there many times.
Let me ask you something, because this is another thing, like with the Fred discussion. What do you do in these places that's so dreamy and so dreamlike?
Well, the places are dreamy, he said.
Yeah, but what do you do? You stand there and look at it?
No.
What do you do? Because I don't have any desire to go there.
Well, it depends on the place. The Amalfi Coast
Once I get to the Amalfi Coast, what do I do?
But the other parts
Let me hear your routine.
Well, in Florence, for you English speakers, we go to the museums. We saw David, Michelangelo's David. Oh,
you must have fainted.
So let me understand something.
And those statues with six packs, and oh my goodness.
So it's a big gay thing.
No, it's not gay.
You look at
it's
statues.
a human thing. For hundreds of years, people have recognized it.
So when you go to Florence, you sightsee. You walk around and you look at things. You take pictures or no?
We take pictures of ourselves at those monuments.
At the location.
Yeah.
You stand next to David, and Brad takes a picture of you and David.
Right.
Or
we get people to take pictures of us by David. What's so funny about that?
It must be the greatest. Just you stand there with Brad.
And it's usually people that have sidled up to us and said, "Oh my!"
Right.
So we get them to take pictures of us.
Do you ever do funny photo? Like, do you ever give David a BJ and Brad?
You can't get close to him.
You can't.
They
Brad
have
jerked off to the Mona Lisa.
They have ropes there. We'd love to. I'm a tactile person, so yes, I'd love to.
So these vacations are great because you walk around and you look at things.
You take in culture.
The walking around part, it was 90 degrees in most of Italy. So, you're sweaty and grungy. But we had guides that we hired a guide, and they took us there when it was the down period. And we had more or less, like the Sistine Chapel. We saw it at about 8 o'clock at night.
I see.
But when you go down to the Amalfi Coast, you go there to relax. And
what do you
That's
do?
a more resort.
And we
What kind of-
celebrated
what
our
do you do?
anniversary there.
Your
in
wedding
Sorrento.
anniversary.
Yes.
Do you when you're
And
in
you
the
have an anniversary coming up soon.
When you're in the Amalfi Coast, so you and Brad are relaxing. You get a luxurious room. You share a bed.
With a terrace.
Right. You have a terrace. And do the Italians give a hard time because you're sharing a bed with a man? Did anybody give you any
They are
kind of...
very sophisticated.
They're
yes.
very open
It's a Catholic
society.
country, but we had no problems.
And so you get in there, and you guys, I guess, imagine you get into your swim trunks immediately to get down to the beach. Is that correct?
Well, they have a pool there.
They have a pool. So you're going to sit by the pool with Brad.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you swim in?
What do you mean? Our
Like,
swimming
what is-
trunks.
What are your trunks?
Are they
a Speedo?
Speedos,
I
or-
picture you in a Speedo.
I didn't. Yes, I do have a Speedo, but I did not take my Speedo.
What did you wear? What did you wear? Did you wear boxing trunks, boxers?
Boxer trunks.
Boxer
yes.
trunks?
Yes.
Like surf shorts? And what does Brad wear? Does he wear a Speedo?
Brad likes to keep his
wears a
T-shirt
moo-moo.
on.
He keeps his T-shirt on because he's fat.
Well, he doesn't like me to use that word.
Right.
But he's substantial, yes.
Right. And what does he wear for trunks?
And he was so flattered. One of the Howard Stern fans asked, "Is that Brad?" And I said, "Yes, this is Brad. Meet Brad, Andrew or whatever his name was." And he says, "Oh, he's not as fat as you said he was."
Now, your point is,
Brad was very flattered.
Brad
by
used to
that.
be ripped like Michelangelo's David.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. And so you sit by the pool for how long? Hours?
No, we just sip a Campari or we discovered
What do you do?
limoncello.
You what? You
Sip a Campari.
A Campari.
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 Campri.
You sip a Campari. You have alcohol. That's an alcohol?
Yes, it's a liqueur. Yes,
The liqueur. You sit by the pool. You get down to the Amalfi
and
Coast.
we in the south of in
and
Campania,
you get a buzz on.
We discovered limoncello.
Right.
In the
Wonderful.
Campania, you say?
No, limoncello. In Campania.
Oh,
That's a region.
Campania and limoncello.
Not in the cabana.
Where are we
Campania. Oh, you illiterate Americans, you. The region of the Amalfi Coast is where they. That's called Campania.
When you
Campania.
go to these places, do you research how to say the places because your pronunciation is dead on? Now, do you research that ahead of time?
I don't speak Italian, but I try to get as close to it as possible. Brad has enormous difficulty with foreign languages.
Right.
Like in France, I taught him to at least say l'addition, s'il vous plaît. And when they bring it back to you and you look at it, you say merci. But when the way Brad pronounces it, it's really embarrassing. He gets it and he gets the bill and looks at it and says, mercy.
So you're embarrassed by that because you are so couth and he is so uncouth. He's so unpolished.
He's so American.
So let me get back to the Amalfi Coast.
Yes, Amalfi.
Yeah, you get down to the pool. You guys hang out a little bit. You have a little of this Campari. I imagine you get a little buzz on,
Campari,
right?
yes.
It's Campari. Why are you calling it Campari?
I don't know. I'm trying to talk like that. Campari.
There are a lot of Italians that listen to you too. They'll take umbrage with your pronunciation.
And you and Brad are there, and
then we
you drink a little. You get buzzed.
Oh yes, and then we get dressed and we.
Whoa!
One of the wonderful things about
you go back to the room.
Yes.
And now you're buzzed. You're in Italy. It's the most romantic place in Amalfi.
Yes.
Does Brad, I know Brad fucks you once a week or blows you once a week.
At least.
Right. Mostly it's once a week. And you want a lot more. When you're on vacation and you're in Amalfi, does he start blowing you when you get back to the room?
We may have a horizontal slow dance in bed.
Right. So you did.
A slow dance.
So was it more romantic being away?
No wrestling.
Was it more relaxed on vacation?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So you got blown a
absolutely.
couple of times during the 2-week period.
And then we get dressed and we walk around. And the wonderful thing about these villages, of Campania is the charm. I mean, the cobbled street, the
That's what
narrow
I'm saying. I mean, did he
alleyways.
at least get a little romantic? I mean,
Yes.
a little more because you're in the same room.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You get back from the pool. You got the Campari.
You're hanging around all
And
day.
we
You're
find a-
lit.
rinse down on a shower.
Exactly.
Right. And then you walk in the room in your robe.
We're in the land of Caesar. Blow me.
Oh yeah, we went to Pompeii, and I recited from Julius Caesar in the forum there, and there again.
What did you do?
There was another. There was another.
You got up on stage.
Rainy, weedy, weaky.
Did you do Mark Anthony's speech?
No, I did Cassius's speech.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, let me understand this because I'm not following along. You're telling me you went to a certain place where there was a theater, an outdoor
Pompeii,
theater.
the ruins of
Right.
Pompeii.
And all of a sudden you were moved by this because you are an actor. You got up and started to do a scene for whoever was
From
there?
Julius Caesar.
Right. This was not a paid performance.
No. It wasn't. There were just a scattering of people there. This was near the end of the day.
Did other people notice?
The people.
Oh, they did. I got applause from up in the.
Anybody try to have you put in a straitjacket? So you got up and you started.
No, they asked for autographs.
What did you
after
begin to
that.
recite? Let me hear what you did.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I do not know what you and other men think of this life, but as for my single self, I had as lief not be as live to be in awe of I myself.
So you were doing this, and Brad is sitting there watching you.
Is he recording this?
How long did that go on?
No, he's rolling his eyes.
How long did that go on?
Just a few minutes.
A few minutes, I see.
No,
Brad,
I
Brad
didn't get
sat
the
there
whole
and ate
performance.
M&Ms. So how many times did you guys have sex over the vacation, the 2-week period, would you say? I mean, a ballpark.
Well, we made love almost every evening.
Oh, wow.
Oh, see?
Wow.
It may not have been sex.
What does that mean?
What was that?
That was a tape of you two.
You're mine. You're mine, each. You're my possession.
So there wasn't a lot of sex, even on the. There was.
There was.
There was
More than one a week.
And did you say to him, "Hey, Brad, why can't we maintain this at home?"
Well, at home we have schedules,
right?
So and Brad is very schedule conscious, and
Right.
he's detail oriented. This has got to be done. This, but when you listen to the experience that Fred had, it really makes you aware of how precious,
Of course.
these moments. So I'm so grateful to this moment, sharing it with you and your listening audience. I mean, there's nothing I'd enjoy more than waking up early in the morning. Actually, this morning wasn't difficult to wake up because I was jet lagged and I was staring at the ceiling.
It's funny. I
from
was thinking of you
2:30.
this morning. I knew you were on the show, of course, and I woke up and I was just cursing out, because it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, oh, I'm so fucking tired. And I went, I bet you George's an older guy. I bet you he's fucking beside himself that he's even getting up this early. But
I was wide awake,
ready to go.
Just wait until tomorrow. I think that's the second day is when it usually hits.
Jitters, huh?
But I'm fine today.
People don't
right
realize
now.
how old you are and how good a shape you are.
Well, I try to maintain myself, and it's because we're healthy that we can do what we can do.
Yeah.
I mean, and doing Italy, like I see all these.
Did your
senior
feet hurt? I
citizens.
know you got that problem with your feet.
I have problems with my feet, but if you do it, intelligently. I mean, I sit down periodically.
Right.
I love going up and down those steps because I work on my thigh muscles.
Is there anything we can do about your feet, though, so they don't hurt you?
Well, I can get surgery again, but there's no guarantee, according
Really?
to the doctor.
Yeah, fuck
so,
it.
I mean,
He's got the weirdest feet you ever saw.
I know. They look
6
like
months
alien
out of the
feet.
year, I'd be gone.
I can't even believe you fit into shoes with those feet.
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I used to run marathons with
I know.
that feet.
Wow.
That foot.
Those feet.
They both look the
Well,
same.
okay,
George.
both of them.
How do you stay thin if you don't run anymore? What do you do? You just walk around?
I walk and I work out with weights and so forth.
Right.
Fitness center, the whole thing.
Okay. Well, anyway, George is with us for the whole week. For those of you who are George Takei
Lovely.
fans, and that's pretty much everyone.
It's great being here with you.
Hey, by the way, speaking of some of them, William Shatner's calling in at 7.
Is that right?
The real William Shatner.
It's going on.
He's coming. He's calling.
Oh, he's coming in.
He's calling.
He's calling in.
Oh,
He'll be on the
Bill
phone.
is.
Bill, yeah.
Oh, what do you know?
And
I think this is a setup, right?
No, actually not. Actually not. It's really him.
He said it's the real William Shatner.
Not only is it the
Yes,
real...
I know the meaning of the word real on this show.
No, it really is. It really is.
How are we going to convince George?
Really, really, really is. I know, yes.
He was scheduled to call and he's promoting something, and you were, of course, scheduled to be... It wasn't a setup.
You know, if you got him in the studio,
that would be
then
something.
I would believe it.
Right.
Because you did have him
Maybe
in the
not
studio
then.
when I phoned in once. You got me to phone in. But when you have people phoning in,
no, but really,
I know that it's a real one.
No,
yes.
it'll really be him. You'll see.
Here's your Shatner stuff. So new book, new album. You can see all the songs that he covers there, including Space Cowboy, Rocket Man, Space Oddity. He does a Bohemian Rhapsody.
Rocket Man's old. He did Rocket Man years ago.
This is a new Rocket Man.
Yeah. So supposedly, he's earned about $600 million from that Priceline.com deal.
Is that true?
Well, that stock at one point was trading obviously at $2 a share. It's now, when I looked it up on Thursday, it was trading at $526 a share.
Gare.
Priceline?
Gare.
$526
We have
a share.
Wow.
He was very upset that Shit My Dad Says was canceled after a year. Wasn't sure why. So he's treated like a hero when he goes to the Comic-Con conventions. He supposedly charges
Why? Because of Star Trek?
Yeah, he supposedly charges $75 for an autograph and $95 to pose for a picture with a fan, for a professional picture with a fan. You know, he has that Shatner Raw Nerve. It's that interview show he does on Bio.
Right.
He interviewed one of the snipers from Washington, D.C. And that whole thing, which was like a big get. Like, you know, no news agency was even able to get them.
Must have been a Star Trek fan.
He says he's finally admitted that he thinks he's too old to be in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek movies. He doesn't think it would work. He set his principal's car on fire in high school, and he also said he was very lonely growing up. And his father didn't want him to become an actor. And he just turned 80. It's amazing.
William Shatner is a very big star. He is always promoting something.
He's a hardworking man.
And despite what George thinks, George was booked to come here and William Shatner was booked. I did not do any kind of setup.
This was not a plan.
Yeah. Bill.
Howard, that conversation was unbelievable.
You know, isn't that something?
That is a classic, man. That is unbelievable.
It is very funny. In fact, it's odd because I looked over and, you know, and honestly, I did not plan it this way, but George is here. You know, he comes in and does announcing for us. I didn't plan it, and he was laughing at that, and
well,
you were laughing.
he doesn't even think the real William Shatner will be calling in.
George, I assure you, it's the real William Shatner.
I know. He sounds very real.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Yeah. Well, you know,
you're very good, Bill. I'll play along.
Hey,
no, it really is Bill.
Yes, of course it is.
It is. It's Bill.
Hi, Bill. How are you?
The cops are after me. Open the studio with you. I have to
George, do you not believe that's William Shatner?
What? No, it sounds very much like it.
It is.
Yes.
It is him. It is the real William Shatner.
It's the real one.
It
yeah.
is the real one.
I love the real one.
Bill, I'm sitting here, Mr. Shatner. I'm sitting here reading that you are promoting a brand new record album.
Yes, I'm calling you. I mean, you and I are buddies. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know.
And I would call you at any time, but not at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right, but what I'm saying is, why are you on? I'm looking at the different songs you recorded on the new album.
Unbelievable.
Why are you doing Rocket Man again? You've done that already.
I know.
Was it time to bring that up again?
Exactly.
What was wrong?
So that, but that isn't the only song. My God, man, Ian Pace is on the record. It's called "Seeking Major Tom," and it drops October the 11th. And Bootsy Collins and Patrick Moraz. Hey, Brad Paisley, Sheryl Crow, and Lyle Lovett are on the record. There's never been a collection of musicians that have been on one record. Ernie Watts, Warren Haynes.
But why did you record Rocket Man a second time? I mean,
Richie Blackmore, Candace Knight. Are you kidding me?
Is Rocket Man like the only song you know?
Cranston, John Welton, Wayne Kramer, Carmen Appice. Come on, all these people.
Carmen Appice.
Appice, yes.
What did he just say?
Appice, but I'm not sure. Maybe he's right. Bill,
Has Carmen ever told you how to pronounce his name?
Bill, why?
Has Carmen ever asked you to pronounce his name?
No.
No, me neither. So how do you know?
I don't know. Bill.
How do you pronounce Nick 𝗦𝗫ci?
𝗦𝗫ci.
Yeah.
How do you
Edgar
pronounce
Froese.
sabotage?
Dave Davy? That's why.
What about sabotage? How do you say sabotage? Which do you say, honestly, Bill? Sabotage or sabotage?
That's the way. I'm calling you from Toronto, and it's sabotage up here.
So, where did you learn the expression, my record drops?
Yeah,
I
that
know.
was interesting.
And why does it drop October 4th, October the 11th on a Tuesday, and the book, Shatner Rules, which is a great book about the power of saying yes, drops October 4th. Why do they use those terms?
Did you write this book, Bill?
Why on a Tuesday?
Bill, did you write the book, or do you have so many books out?
I wrote the book. Who else could write the book?
Right.
This is not a novel, though. It doesn't sound like a novel.
No, it's a book about things that I've done and the power of saying yes.
Bill, why do you work so hard? I'm serious, and I'm not making a joke.
No, all right, so I'll be serious.
Why? What is this with the books and the
DVD of the captains on the 18th and a one-man show on the 19th?
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin asking you about these things. What a DVD of the captains?
Well, I directed a terrific documentary. Got great notices. We opened it on the aircraft carrier, the aircraft carrier, the Intrepid, a couple of months ago. The sun is setting in the New York harbor, and there's a huge screen on the flight deck of the Intrepid. 1,000 people are sitting there watching the documentary, and the skyline of New York behind. Can you imagine the beauty?
Whoa.
And there's a DVD of that very well-received film called The Captains dropping on the 18th.
Now, the DVD is dropping.
That's right. So there's a record.
My question, Bill.
A record, a book, a DVD, and the one-man show.
My question is this.
Yes.
You still love working, obviously, because you're involved in all these projects. And yet I read, and tell me if this is true, and this is something that we went over a long time ago. The Toronto Sun reported that Mr. William Shatner made $600 million from his decision to take Priceline.com stock as payment to the companies, as payment for the company when they hired him as a pitchman.
You know, all right, let me explain that. You know, I'm the spokesman for Priceline.com.
Right.
All right.
And they paid you in stock.
They paid me in stock a long time ago.
And the stock
then there was the bubble.
Yes.
Right. And the bubble went up, and the bubble crashed.
Right.
So the stock came out at, I've forgotten, $1. It went to hundreds of dollars.
Right.
And before the people involved who had stock could get rid of the stock, could sell the stock, the bubble burst.
Yes.
It was worth pennies.
And what is the stock worth today?
I think $500-600.
$526 a share.
Right.
Really?
So everybody got rid of the stock at pennies.
Oh, so you got rid of yours?
Of course, everybody did.
But why not?
And then you went back as a spokesperson for money.
Right.
Well, we continued. Yeah. Well, you know, they paid me per year.
Buy high and sell low.
Yes, but Bill, why didn't you
put your foot in that guy's mouth?
Have you guys gotten any closer to liking each other?
I love George. Are you serious?
And I love you too. Don't we just exude?
I love the difference.
I mean, it's so crazy.
I have pleasure in the theory of love, and your practice of love is different from mine.
Do you know George?
There are psychotic people that you love as well, don't you?
That's right. There are iconic people that we love together. That's true.
Have you guys ever run into each other anywhere?
No, the only way he'd run into me is with a car.
Did you
run into me last month?
Did I run into you last month?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
there you are. This is the real Bill Shatner.
So what happened,
the
George?
real.
Let me ask you something.
Wait a second.
You were at that Las Vegas
that's absurd.
convention.
Did I run into you? No, that's the real Shatner. George, that's absurd.
Did you see Bill Shatner last month?
I did. At
Where
a
did
Star Trek convention
at a Star
in
Trek
Las Vegas, and we crossed in the hallway. We crossed paths.
Bill didn't even notice you.
I didn't notice him. It was the real Bill the very real flesh and blood Bill.
Did you
that
say hello?
Who said, "Hi, George," and I looked, because I was in conversation. And I looked and I said, "Oh, hi, Bill," and we were like ships in the night.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Bill, do you not remember that?
Well, I was directing a documentary for 5 days called the documentary is called Fanatics, and that's a look at why fans come to conventions, and it's going to be another, I think, a terrific film that once we finish editing it.
But Bill,
and I was immersed as a director in a film. I was paying attention to nobody.
So in other words, you don't remember running into George at all?
No, actually I don't, and that's the real Bill.
I love that you two have this feud. I love it.
I don't have a feud. I don't know what's the matter with George.
He only thinks I'm psychotic, and he doesn't understand me.
But George, that makes you interesting. Your psychoses make you interesting.
So you two did, in fact, run into each other, but it was such a non-event. Did you?
Well, he was the one that recognized me and said, "Hi, George." The convention hall hallways, they're really wide hallways, and I had about 3 or 4 people around me.
Yeah, sycophants, I believe they call them.
Sycophants.
Right.
No, they were the people that were with the convention, and they hustled.
Do you resent that Bill gets way more money for his appearance?
No. He was the star of the show.
Do you know that
Captain Kirk?
Bill, is it true that you get $75 for an autograph and $95 to pose for professional photos with fans?
We don't do that kind of thing.
You don't?
Well, I mean, professionally, that's a sort of a cheap thing that people.
But there was this whole wait a minute, Bill, because there was this whole list of charges that were put into an ad we were reading.
I can't control those ads. I mean, my hands are tied.
George,
all I can do is
a genuine Bill Shatner does that.
All I can do is conduct publicity for a book called Shatner Rules. Shatner Rules, October 4th.
George, what do you charge for your autograph?
I think no, I don't charge. It's the convention that charges it. I think they charge $45.
$45. So Bill gets 75. Twice. Wow.
But remember, there was also like a private reception with Bill for like $500.
What has this turned into?
I don't know. I'm just trying to find out what's going on.
Howard Stern got $100 million.
Let's talk about that.
Do you notice how cheap the programming is?
Bill, my point is you don't have to work that hard. That was what I was saying. You have a lot of money.
The point. I don't. But by the same token, Howard, you're doing what, 5 a week?
No, 3.
Oh, really? What's happening on the other 2 days?
I'm relaxing.
What are you doing?
I'm resting up.
Right. With your feet elevated because your ankles are swollen.
Oh, they actually are. You have no idea.
Well, I mean, cut some hair. I mean, God, why are you working so hard, Howard?
I'm not, actually.
You got $100 million. The rest of us are running around trying to sign an autograph.
In other words, your point is it isn't about the money. You enjoy working.
Listen, this book is sensitive.
All right, the book is called Shatner Rules.
The record is unbelievable.
Shatner Rules. Your guy.
I don't believe it. That's how unbelievable it is.
What don't you believe?
What don't you believe?
He said it was unbelievable, so I'm agreeing with him.
Bill Shatner's new book, Shatner Rules, your guide to understanding the Shatner-verse, so to speak, and the world at large, is in stores October 4th.
It drops.
It drops.
And that's exactly
with a
right.
thud.
And what drops, Howard, what drops October the 11th?
Bill's new album, Seeking Major Tom, hits stores October 11th. I haven't heard any of the tracks, but it does.
How come we're not playing tracks?
I don't have it.
You don't have it yet, but it's coming out. It'll be out there in the next few days.
Well, will you come in and sing a song
I'm
for
coming
us?
to New York. I'm coming to New York to do publicity for it, and you'll drop a song.
And I don't think George will be here.
I don't think I'll come then.
You want to be here when George is here.
I got to be there when George is there.
Right. Well, let me just tell you, I'll update you on George since you guys never talked. George just got back from the Amalfi Coast. He went on a romantic 2 weeks with his husband, Brad.
Oh, Oh, great! That's the gentleman he married without inviting me.
Right.
That's right.
You did get an invitation, Brad, Bill.
See, now there.
And you made a big issue of it.
Talking about.
And by the way, Bill,
he's confusing me with Brad, and that's the problem.
And would you have ever made love to William Shatner if he announced that he was gay?
I love him. I said on the air publicly, I love Bill Shatner.
Yes, but
Bill said publicly on the air that he thinks I have a psychosis.
All right.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
I think that hasn't got much to do with love. You can love a person with a psychosis.
Well, there's something wrong with that person then.
I'm not saying I'm not psychotic. I'm saying you're psychotic.
Bill, also, the TV comedy, The Shit My Dad Says, was canceled. What happened there?
I don't know. We had 11 million people watching. We were in the top 20.
That's a hit.
I think that the things that CBS had to do with 2.5 Men, and by the way, I'm doing the roast, the Charlie Sheen roast on Monday. I'm appearing on the roast. It's very, very funny.
It's funny, but it's sort of sad, isn't it?
Well, I didn't get a feeling of sadness there. He was up and at 'em, and they had some really fun people to mock him. And
you know what? But Bill, seriously, in your career, you've been very wise. When you latch onto something good, you go with it. You milk it. You did.
Well, that's showbiz. You never know when the next successful.
You're right, and you're grateful for when you get a hit show because you know how difficult it is.
Yep.
Do you look at a young punk like Charlie Sheen and go, you know what, son, you pissed away a great opportunity. Do you want to just shake this guy?
Well,
honestly,
I think a lot of people wanted to shake Charlie. He's very talented. He's a personable guy. He comes from a wonderful theatrical family, if you will, and he got caught up. But there's a crazy intelligence there somewhere that even when he was on his tirades, he was having fun and he was coining phrases, and we still talk about it. And so he had an opportunity. He was there 8 years. I presume he saved some money. I mean, he was being paid so much.
But when you see a guy like that spin out of control, you know that it's like, you know what, you should count your blessings sometimes and say, wow, I'm a lucky guy. And a lot of people in show business would give their left arm for a job like that.
And the left thing that dangles between their legs.
That's right. And so you sat there and you roasted him. Now, what do? They write jokes for you and you sit there and read them?
That's a terrible way of putting it. First of all, you're standing.
Right.
Essentially, they write material and you deliver it. I had Michael Tyson on my left and Steve-O on my right when I was sitting on the desk. I had more damn fun.
And Mike Tyson a reasonable guy, or?
Oh, we started discussing philosophy on the dais in front of 1,000 people.
I would have liked to have heard that.
Oh, that was an incredible conversation. I would love to have talked to him.
We have a lot to catch up on because I haven't seen you in a while. Someone told me this in 2011, this year. You and your wife returned home from a trip, and someone had poisoned your dog. Or dogs.
Somebody hadn't. It was the help that had put down poison for the snails, and we can't have poison on the ground. So the gardeners know that they got to do green stuff and take care of snails for the green. Somehow, this person had sprinkled snail poison to get rid of snails, and the dogs ate it. Yes, my dogs were poisoned, and happenstance was I was landing at the very moment they were being brought into an emergency hospital. I was landing in LAX. I rushed over there, and in a couple of days, through intensive care, we saved both dogs.
Oh, you did?
That's wonderful.
Someone told me you originally reported to the police that you suspected 𝗏𝗏 did this.
I didn't think George would use poison. I think George would.
I love you too much.
Spill his seed all over my.
Do you seriously? That's a very traumatic thing, actually.
Oh my God! My dogs are my wife and I. Our dogs are our kids. I mean, it was horrible.
And you know what else I learned about you? I didn't know you were very close with Sandra Bullock and Jesse James. Those are your good friends.
I was at their wedding.
How does that happen?
How did it
How do
happen
you
that
know?
they
How
got
do you know
married?
them?
Is your question?
No. How do
did
you
it
know?
happen
How do
that-
you know? How do you have such a close relationship with
Are
them?
you friends with Jesse or Sandra?
Both of them are my closest bosom friends. I don't have any better friends than Jesse and Sandra.
Is that true?
No.
Oh, but what? But you.
But I did 2 movies with Sandra.
Right.
I see. So you were invited to the wedding.
Yeah. I didn't know Jesse, and you talk about pissed opportunity, but you more than anyone knows what it's like to be can conceive what it's like to be in somebody else's motorcycle boots. You don't know what the dynamics are and what each personality is doing.
I'm sure you said to yourself at the wedding, even these two don't belong together. If
Well,
ever there was a mismatch.
At first glance, no, it doesn't seem like it. But who knows what Sandra's thinking? There's an intense guy, bad boy. I mean, how attractive that must have been. She was deeply in love with him, as I'm sure he was with her, because she's a very lovable person.
Bill, this new album you did, do you feel a connection to these songs, or does a producer come to
No,
you and
you
say...
have to understand, Seeking Major Tom is my idea of what happened to Major Tom from Space Oddity. What happened to Major Tom when he stepped out of that capsule? And I believe he walked on the moon. I believe he thought about his wife through Rocket Man, and she became, she blinded me with science. He's a space cowboy. He goes to heaven. In the Sinatra song, he goes to hell with Iron Man. I mean, it's a monumental record.
So it's
that is going to
concept.
knock you off your socks. What?
It's a concept album.
It's a concept album
yes.
with 20
Yeah.
songs that I think are stupendous.
I'm
The
just wondering if
musicians-
Bill picks these songs or some producer. I'm assuming...
Whose idea was
no.
it?
Yeah, whose idea was this?
Mine.
Really?
Good, bad, or indifferent. If you laugh at it, it's my problem. If you love it the way I think you will, it's my advantage.
Did you set fire to your principal's car
I
in high
did.
school? That's the true story?
Yes.
Were you an angry man?
Well, he strapped the hell out of me. That's the time when they had, and this is all in the book, which is Drop October 4th. It's called...
Where are you right now, by the way? Where are you right now? Where are you right now?
I'm in a hotel room in Toronto.
With your wife?
Yes, uh-huh.
What is she wearing?
She's wearing a silk negligee, and her long golden hair spills gently across her shoulders.
Did you make love to your wife last night in Toronto?
I never not make love to my wife one way or another.
No, the reason I bring it up is George was saying earlier that him and Brad,
That's bad English.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm correcting myself. Brad and George make love only once a week on Sunday.
Well,
it's only blowjobs.
What else?
Well, there's anal.
Have him describe. You and I went into the homo room and we began to talk.
That's true.
Well,
But
that's
seriously,
good. That's good for
is your love life still...
It's good for his prostate. No, I don't have any trouble with my prostate either.
How often do you and your beautiful wife make love?
So, I mean, it is uncountable. Sometimes as quickly as a rabbit might. You know what lions do on the veldt?
No, is the lovemaking as much as it used to be, or
more passionate and more loving and
I'm glad to hear that.
And sweeter. That's what beautiful love is, Howard. These are things I need.
I'm glad that you and George have that in your life. I really am.
Well, I'm sorry that you don't.
I do.
Well, there you are.
I didn't say I didn't.
How many times do you make love to your wife?
I make love to my wife as often as possible, but I masturbated last night.
Well, wait a minute. That made what, once a month?
I masturbated to babysitter porn last night. I'll be honest.
Well, that's not good for your wife.
You still masturbate, George?
Yes.
You do. How often?
Just when I, get the...
George, you're tongue-tied.
Well, what about you, Bill?
And that's
Bill,
because he made love to Brad.
Bill, do you still masturbate?
I can't find it.
Bill's new book, Mr. William Shatner, I should say. The new book. Before I go into the plug, why did you burn down your principal? Your principal would strap you?
Yeah, in those days, if you did something wrong, they'd ask you to hold out your hand, and they'd lay into you with a rubber strap. So my little group of people were so antagonized, we wanted revenge.
And the police never arrested you for this?
They didn't know I did it.
Wow. Isn't that
So
something?
you're turning yourself in. It's because the statute of limitations has run out.
The police are all dead of old age.
And the principal, when you burned down his car, was it the satisfaction that you really were after?
He was raised to sainthood somewhere along the line.
No, but seriously, did you get satisfaction from it? I mean,
I think we lit a little fire and it didn't catch, and we just ran away. So.
all right, I was saying you're some badass. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Listen, Bill, let me just say this. William Shatner's new book, Shatner Rules, Your Guide to Understanding the Shatnerverse and the World at Large, is in stores October 4th.
The Power of Saying Yes.
So
now, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
What do you say yes to?
Look, here's a perfect opportunity. Years ago, uncountable years ago, somebody said, be on the Howard Stern show. And I was warned not to go. I mean, it's terrible. He'll rip you apart. When I said yes. And in that time, Robin, you were there.
Yes.
Over the years, 20 years. It's been a lot more. It's been a long, long time. You and I have known each other. What would have happened if I had said no? All this, and this morning would have not have happened.
In other words, sometimes being open-minded and saying yes to a new opportunity can lead to something.
Exactly, and even if it doesn't, to leave yourself open to life is positive. To say no and enclose yourself in, and that's the tendency as you get older, is the wrong idea. And my book, in a humorous and insightful way, tries to say that.
So this is a philosophy book. In other words, your take on life, what you've learned in your years.
But it's also a funny book.
Yeah, and yet with all of this philosophy, you and George can't get together.
And somehow you can't say yes to an apology.
Right.
What are you talking about?
You got an invitation and you made up a story just because you had your talk show coming, and you went up and down the media saying that I didn't send you an invitation, which is a blatant falsehood.
All right, if you say so, George.
I was amused by you.
Oh, well, that's great. I seek to amuse people, and if I'm amusing, that's great.
I love that you guys have like a feud because, you know what, everything's a little too perfect in your lives. You know what I mean? It's just kind of nice.
We're human. There's no perfection.
And I think George will like both the record and the book. And if he comes,
will you read the book, George?
Well, Brad might drop it on me.
On your head while you're there.
Bill might drop it on you. But anyway, so Bill,
yes,
Mr. Shatner, come see us when you're in town, please.
Howard, we'll do it again in person. I love to visit you, and I'll be in New York doing publicity for all this as well, and I'll look forward to seeing you in person.
And we will talk about your father who didn't want you to become an actor. We will talk about your lonely days in high school. We'll talk about how you were bullied and how lonely you were.
Now, if George knew all these things, he might have some compassion.
Well, George can learn about
sympathy for him.
in Shatner Rules.
And I'm interested in your philosophy.
Well, let's talk about it.
All right, very good. All right. Thanks for calling.
George, hello, and pleasure to talk to you. The two of you guys, I can't wait to see you in early October.
And I can't
think
wait.
You are genuine. Yes, you are the real, genuine Bill.
What is it, Gary?
Hey, all the guys in the office wanted to know if you would ask them about the Schwarzenegger story.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah, I got to ask you about that. I almost forgot. Here's the story I heard.
Yeah.
You were somewhere having breakfast or lunch. I don't know what it was.
That's true.
Okay. You were having breakfast or lunch. Arnold Schwarzenegger was at a table.
That's right. How do you know all this?
Because I read about it.
How the heck did you
But this is crazy. William Shatner goes up to say hello to Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was excited to say hello. You know how people in show business will do that, even though
he does it. I've seen him working at a restaurant. He goes up and talks to anybody who's famous.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger blew off William Shatner. Like,
how?
Treated him like shit.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah.
He did. I don't wonder where you read that.
I read it all over the place, actually. And that Arnold Schwarzenegger afterwards had a conversation with his son. And he goes, "Who the hell was that?"
Oh,
well, he might have said that. He might have said that.
And the guy goes, "Dad, that's the captain. It's William Shatner." And he listed all your TV credits, everything. And Arnold goes, "I don't know who that is."
Oh,
and it's possible. Why not? I mean, he doesn't know anything about politics. Why would he know something about me?
I know Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've had many conversations with him.
Really? It must have been a very slow-paced conversation.
Bill, what happened? What is the truth of what happened there?
Well, the area was an area I used to take my girls, my own children, lo these many years ago. Well, it turns out that my grandchildren and my kids and Elizabeth and I all went to the same place the other week. It was a magical place where I took my kids. I'm taking my grandkids, and we're sitting around eating, and over at the next table is Arnold and his family. They're doing the same thing. It's like a family place. So after my kids left, they went their way. Lizzie and I were going home. I dropped over to the table and said, "Hello."
Yeah, Bill Shatner.
Yeah, and he kind of vaguely, I thought he might not have recognized me. It didn't blow me off. He shook my head, "Oh, hello," and then I went my way. But for you to know that story is like, I'm trying to figure out
how many of his kids were at the table.
Arnold's?
Yeah.
Well, he had his son there, and they were separated by about a yard. I mean, you're sitting beside your son, and you're separated by a yard. I thought that was strange. Yeah. And as I was leaving, 3 or 4 very muscular guys carrying food were on their way back to that table. I sort of looked behind me as they joined him, and that was all that took place. Now, how the heck do you know that?
Because it was in the newspaper, and but
who could have reported that? Everything.
Gary, where do we read that? It was crazy. And then what it said in the paper, what the point of the story was that Arnold, I guess they had Arnold's conversation with his son afterwards. I guess someone overheard it.
No, we got it from a kid that was sitting at the next table, blogged the whole thing.
Oh, right.
Sitting at the next table?
Some kid witnessed the whole thing and blogged it.
Oh, for God's sakes.
And he blogged the conversation afterwards and it was terribly awkward, they said, where Arnold was like, I don't know.
No, it wasn't. It was a guy's, I thought, there's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've met him on 1 or 2 occasions, as many as I've met George, I think, and I went over just to say hello.
Can I tell you something?
That didn't penetrate.
But it seems like it was sort of weird because I never ever go over to somebody's table. The one time I did, I was with my wife. We're at a restaurant, and who's sitting there? Heath Ledger at the time with his wife. And so I was a big fan of his performance in Batman, where he played the Joker, you remember, and I thought he was great in Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, he was.
And, my wife's there, and I wanted to be a big shot. I wanted to, she goes, "Oh, don't you know him?" I go,
"Play that game."
"I don't know him, but I know Michelle Williams. She was on my show, and I could go over and say hello, but I don't do that kind of thing." She goes, "Oh, it'd be great just to tell him what we thought of, Brokeback Mountain." I go, "What the fuck? Let me go do this." Well, I walk over. This guy shoots me a look like I'm interrupting his dinner. I felt like the biggest jack-off on the planet. And I was like, oh, my God, this guy gave me the blow-off in front of my then-girlfriend. And I'm like, I must look like such a tool.
Well, no,
I was embarrassed.
Well, yes, but that's a good experience for you because it happens so rarely.
No, I would never do it again.
Well, the thing that is appalling to me is this took place in 5 seconds. Hello, Mr. Schwarzenegger, how are you? Oh, and he sticks out a hand, and I thought, he's overwhelmed with sorrow anyway, and dulled by the events, and I just went on my way. I think I was alone because the kids had gone off. Liz had gone to buy ice cream for them, and I was going to get the car. I was alone.
So it didn't affect you in an emotional way, like where you said, "Oh my God!"
No, but in the privacy of the car, when my wife came to the car as we were leaving, I said to her in the privacy of the car, "This is what happened," and exactly what you've just described. I explained to her. That's the only verbal explanation of what happened, and for you to tell me that this whole event, it was on the blog,
right?
Is like, I don't want to get out of this hotel room.
I know people are watching everything, but you know what? It's really true, though. I find those kinds of things embarrassing because I think because you're in show business, you expect that someone is going to give you a certain conversation. And then when they don't, you feel like a dick.
Well, I think that you usually get a pretty decent reception when you walk up to people, right, Bill?
Why are you conditioning a pretty decent? Why not say
warm, an enthusiastic and warm reception?
Listen, I got to tell you something. I don't go up to anybody. I have been at parties. I remember the first time it happened. I was at a party in Hollywood, and Rod Stewart was sitting there with his then wife, the blonde, Rachel Hunter. And they said, and he's maybe 5 feet away from, I don't know, 20 feet away from me, something like that. someone walks over and goes, Rod Stewart would like to meet with you. Why don't you come over here? I go, well, I'm not going anywhere. Let him get off his fat ass.
That's a new one.
I said, tell him to come over here and meet with me. I mean, and then one time that happened, I think, with Britney Spears. I was talking to someone. I was at a Grammy party. Miss Britney Spears would like to meet you. I said, well, tell her to come on over.
That's
what is
hysterical.
Have you ever seen that?
No, I've never heard. That's a new one.
So that's why I stay to myself. I'm not looking to bother anyone. The one time I did it was a disaster.
Well, I've seen Bill, as I said, in a restaurant, and he walked right up to Tom Selleck and said, "Hey, I'm William Shatner." And they had a lovely conversation.
Really?
Tom and I but I know Tom for some years.
Well, I just witnessed you going up and saying hello.
So with the philosophy of your book,
I would have gone up and said hello.
But Bill, with the philosophy of your book, so you saying that's saying yes to say you had a thought.
But that's exactly right. That's exactly right. If, for example, this very incident could have been a small chapter in rather than saying I'm not going up there, I'm not going to visit him, I'm retreating. What the hell? What difference does it make whether he recognized me or not? I don't give a shit. You know.
Yes, but don't you think saying yes in certain instances you could be a nudge? In other words, like sometimes your fans.
Going to be a nudge. You're going to be an idiot. You're going to make an ass of yourself.
So are you encouraging your fans to just walk up to you when you're eating dinner?
No. I'm not
Should they say yes to meeting you?
Stay away. I'll be very rude. But what I am encouraging people to do is to say yes to opportunity.
Right.
And I got an honorary degree from McGill recently, and part of the speech, the last few lines, were I was encouraging the students to take their own path and not to be afraid of making asses of themselves. I said, don't be afraid of making an ass of yourself. I do it all the time, and look what I got.
Yeah, but don't you know that advice can sometimes go haywire in the wrong hands? Because some people have no ability to know when they should not say yes.
Of course, and that's the chance you take, and that's what's going to happen. But like walking and falling, you got to get up and keep going.
William Shatner's new book is Shatner Rules: Your Guide to Understanding the Shatnerverse and the World at Large. It's in stores October 4th, or drops, as Bill says. And Bill's new album, Seeking Major Tom, hits stores October 11th. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, man.
The great Bill Shatner.
George, thanks for talking to me.
You take care.
Live
long and prosper.
Bye, Bill.
Get enthusiastic, Robin.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Well, there's your boyfriend, Bill Shatner.
He's living long.
Yep.
And prospering.
You know what I wanted to ask him? You know, Leonard announced that this last convention was his last one.
Right.
Well, Bill ain't giving that
up. Not $95 an autograph.
No. He was embarrassed, I think, by that. Right, George?
He never fessed up to it.
No.
Never did.
No.
Well, he does it, and I can vouch for that. I might even blog about that.
Is it true that he charges $500 for a personal experience with him?
You know, these convention organizers know the really fanatical, devout fans with some money. And so they charge not only for these private sessions with Bill Shatner, but backstage passes where, you know, they just mill around backstage and they pay like $200 or $300.
Oh, yeah.
If I want a personal experience with you, what do they charge?
If you want to have a personal experience with me?
Yeah.
Oh, thousands.
No, seriously. No, seriously. But
well, you're having one right now.
It's fabulous, I can't tell you. Well, look, it's
no,
fantastic.
That is the genuine one. I believe. This was the real one.
Yeah,
but
that was William Shatner.
Don't think you're going to pull my leg again with
Never. Do you remember actual dialogue when you do a show like Star Trek years ago? Does the dialogue stay with you, or you forget it right after you do it?
There are some dialogue that people keep reminding you that you said it.
And you don't have any recollection of it?
Oh, no, I have recollection because I did say it.
Oh, okay.
Target that explosion and fire.
Right.
Really?
So you don't, but you don't retain all this stuff. When you go on set, is the worst mistake an actor can make not to be prepared with his lines?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's valuable, precious time. There are, 100 people on the set there, all the crew people.
Have you seen that, where a guy will come on set and he doesn't know his lines?
I have. Or they're so nervous that they can't get it out.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, that you could excuse.
That you can excuse.
But not
it's
to know your
very
line.
unprofessional not to have done your homework.
So what do they do? Does the director pull them aside and say, "Listen, you didn't do your homework. What is this?"
Well, they need to work with the guy because they need to get the show done. So he tries to coddle them and say, "Well, this is a situation, and this is what you want, or this is what you don't want," and
it's possible, though, in a long monologue, you could forget a line, and you'll excuse that once, maybe twice, but not on a consistent basis, right?
If it's a key line and it's a important role, they're usually cast with professionals who are professionals.
Shatner always came prepared?
Shatner was good at, when he really, wasn't sure of some line, he knew how to improvise.
So that he'd get through it.
Yeah, with the appropriate kind of words.
Is that unprofessional to improvise because the other actor is waiting for a cue?
Right.
So you're calling him unprofessional?
Well, it is not a professional thing to do, but he pulls it off. He pulls off a lot of things.
He gets away with murder.
Like it's professional, if you have...
Do the other actors sit there and roll their eyes if you're on set with a guy and he doesn't know his line? Do you just sit there and go, "Oh, this is going to be a long day"?
There are scenes where the shirt gets torn off and we roll our eyes. Bill liked to expose himself.
Oh, really? Because he was in good shape and he'd show his chest.
He was in better shape.
He knew the sex symbol thing was working for him.
Yeah.
So if he tore off his shirt, that meant they had to go get him another shirt, and that would drag out the day.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And
the eyes would roll.
because
you see...
because it wasn't written in the script for him to rip off his shirt. And so...
Well, I think he got them to write it in.
I see.
And so we knew that. And so we would,
Would he do things like, I think I'll rip off my shirt here?
Yeah, was it unscripted sometimes? Was it sometimes unscripted and he would just rip off his shirt?
Did you see that show with, that was a spoof on Star Trek?
Yeah.
What was that? What was it
the
called?
movie?
Galaxy Quest?
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
Great, yes.
There's a scene where Tim, what's his name?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen gets his shirt torn off, and Sigourney Weaver rolls her eyes. We recognize that.
Oh, really?
It was a documentary for us. It was
I didn't know Bill used to rip his shirt off, though.
You weren't watching Star Trek.
No, I watched it all the time. I just didn't know that he would do it even unexpectedly, and just cause...
No, I think he talked to the powers that be.
I'll rip my shirt off here.
Yeah.
He wasn't that built that he should be ripping his shirt off.
He wasn't. No. He was rather fleshy.
I remember the episode where he was fighting that reptile thing.
Rex.
And he had his shirt off almost the entire episode.
And did he look great to you?
No.
No. But that was the fun part of it. To let us watch his flesh shiver.
I remember in one episode you had your shirt off, though, but you were ripped.
I worked out.
Yeah, you were doing the sword fighting thing.
The fencing foil.
Fencing, yeah. Good for you.
Only one episode where I got to take my shirt off.
Right. All oiled. You were oiled down, too, if I remember correctly.
No, that was genuine perspiration.
Perspiration.
Because I was, rehearsing in between.
Right. Wow.
But that was...
Bill should do that in every role, even today. Like, just take his shirt off.
Keep taking his shirt off.
Yeah, right. I'd watch that.
Maybe that's why the show got canceled. He was suggesting that he take his shirt off.
Meanwhile, I was doing the math. Bill's got to be about 80 years old now.
He is 80.
Wow.
Exactly 80.
He's in pretty good shape for an 80-year-old guy.
Well, yeah, and pretty energetic.
Yeah.
I've seen
yes, he is.
Leonard Nimoy is the same age.
Is that right?
Announced that he's retiring.
He's retiring.
Yeah, but Leonard seems 80. You know what I mean? He looks tired.
Bill looks good.
But Leonard's got those big fake teeth. He's got white, he should age his teeth a little bit, right?
Yeah.
They're too white.
He used to smoke a lot.
I see.
And I guess it didn't look too good.
Right. Because he's got like the teeth of a 20-year-old. And he's, he's 80 years old.
Well, there was a point where he looked like he had Soviet dentistry.
Oh, God.
And then he somehow got a free pass to America, and they gave him teeth.
Got American teeth.
So he was on.
Who do you think will be the last original left from this series? Do you think you? I think you'll be last man standing.
I am the youngest.
Yep.
I mean, in chronologically.
How old's Leonard?
How old's Chekhov?
Chekhov is a year older than me.
Yeah.
Walter Koenig.
He's in pretty good shape, Chekhov.
He's not in very good shape.
He's bad health? No kidding. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I didn't know that.
Not bad health, but,
Just not in great shape.
Yeah.
You mean depressed from the death of his son?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, who can blame him for that?
Yeah.
Fred could console him.
Why don't we send Fred?
Right.
That's what he...
Mr.
Fred, you're
Consolation.
needed.
You're the go-to guy. How's Uhura holding up? Isn't she young?
Nichelle is a little bit older than Walter, but she is an elegant lady.
So you're the youngest.
I'm the youngest.
I think Nimoy's the next to go. What do you think?
Oh, don't say that.
What do you
I don't want
think?
to think about
I
any
don't
of them
know.
going.
Well, I don't either, but I got a handicap. What do you
I
what
was
do you
having
think?
dinner with DeForest Kelly.
Yeah.
And,
he might be the next.
You're talking about
no,
Bones.
he's gone.
Oh,
no, he's
gone?
dead. Yeah.
But he was the one that...
How did you have dinner with him if he's dead?
We did a convention, and we
Okay.
decided to stay over another night. We didn't want to catch,
Right.
a 9 o'clock flight and fly all night long.
So when did you have dinner with him?
And so we had dinner that night, and he was starting to speculate like that. Who's gonna
Who's
be
the
first
next to go?
And he said, because I'm the youngest, I'll probably be the one to go first.
And then he went.
Ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are the last man standing, you know what you're going to get at those conventions? You're
Oh,
probably
my
going to
God.
rake in. You're going to get Bill Shatner money. You're going to get
You
$500,
think I'll get
$600.
$180 a photo?
Yes, $180 a photo.
Well, I
lock yourself up because they're going to be worth a lot of money. Those
with
photos.
the Green Berets, I had a kind of a weird experience. I went to a party, and the room was I walked in, and the room was filled with people, and I saw Aldo Ray at the other end of the room. And so
Aldo Ray,
who was in the Green Berets, and I waved at him, and he waved back, and he started working his way through the crowd toward me. And, I was ready to give him a hug and say, Aldo, great to see you. He says, George, thank God you're alive. I said, what a way to be greeted. And then he started ticking off all the people in Green Berets and then passed.
You are the last one left, I think, from Green Beret.
Because, about a couple of years after that, I saw Aldo's name
I see.
on the obituary.
Right.
Hey, so let's
Everybody
say...
still here from Private Parts?
Oh, yes. Let's see. What if we have? We've got you. We've got Uhura. I'm talking about the main players now.
Yeah.
We've got
Walter.
I think Harry Mudd is dead, right? Harry Mudd is
Well,
gone.
he wasn't a main
I know.
player.
I'm just
Really?
The
pointing out.
kid that played Kirk's son, Merritt Buttrick, is gone.
So we got Kirk. How much longer do you think Shatner's going to hold on? He's in good shape.
Yeah, he's a relentless guy. I
Right.
mean, he's driven.
He might not die at all.
He has that determination, that will,
Right. He
I
doesn't.
think he's going to be around.
You know what it is? He doesn't want you getting more Star Trek. So, do you think Nimoy's the next?
He's very competitive.
Do you think Nimoy's the next one? I would guess. What do you think?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Nimoy or Chekhov is what you're hinting at. Which one?
You say Uhura's doing okay.
Yeah, she's doing fine.
Wouldn't it be interesting if George started bumping them all off? Because
So he could be the last one.
right. I'll take 3 phone calls and then I got to take a break. Yeah, Balls.
Yeah, I want to ask George, would he be upset if Brad found out he masturbated thinking of another celebrity?
Thinking of another celebrity?
Yes.
Well, I do think of people. No, I've not. Well, here I am on the air.
Would Brad be upset if he found out that you were with other, thinking about other people?
I guess you will be now that I've talked
You've
about
admitted it.
on this.
What celebrity do you think about?
I think I'll keep it private.
Well, why not honor?
Well, I mean, you got this much out of me.
But George, why
I'm
not
so
honor that?
unguarded.
But George, why not honor that person by telling the world who you think about?
Well,
Brad Pitt.
No, yeah, but particularly after Jason
Stratham?
Ellis here.
Jason Ellis.
Jason Ellis, yes. So you have masturbated thinking about Jason Ellis?
I have.
Wow.
Good for you. All right.
Well,
Listen.
having had that tactile experience,
do you ever masturbate?
you can ruin a person's life, can't you?
Do you ever masturbate?
I have to go home after this.
Do you ever think about Tony Bennett?
Yes, I do, but not when I'm masturbating. I just, I love his music.
You love
I
his
love
music.
his voice.
Yes, Gary.
Have you ever done it to anybody on the show?
What?
Have you ever masturbated to anybody on the show, like Howard or Fred or Benji or Artie or me or Will?
My wife.
Oh, he's laughing.
Oh, wow. Well,
Let's
who was
hear
it?
this.
Well, no. You think I'll
Not-
fess that up here?
You have.
You're turning red, George. Come on.
What about?
No, it's the son, the Italian son.
Did you ever beat off to Will?
That's a yes.
You did?
I haven't said a thing.
No, seriously, have you beaten off to Will?
Well, he's got a new son, I hear.
Right.
Congratulations to him.
But did you ever beat
That's
off
wonderful.
to his image? I know a lot of
and,
guys.
incidentally, you know, the Italian sun is very warming. But it's a very hot.
Very good. All right.
What
listen.
about Jared? I bet you.
Do you know Jared?
The sun just got redder on his face.
It's on the sun.
George, is there anyone you don't masturbate to? All right. Let me take a break. We'll talk to Tony Bennett
Thank you.
right
Thank
after
you.
these words.
Interesting revelation on the show today.
What's that?
Well, it didn't fully come out, but it was implied that George has fantasized about you.
Masturbated. Yes. Stroked himself.
I didn't know where that
to me.
I imagine this is an honor and not something to be disgusted about.
A little bit of both, I would say.
Well, I could see if one of us said it to you.
What?
One of your peers, if one of us admitted that to you, I could see you being disgusted. But George is a celebrity, a legend.
It's like, Fred's brother-in-law.
I guess.
A man who appreciates handsome men. So how could you not take this as a compliment?
It's still creepy thinking about him rubbing himself, fantasizing about sticking his dick in my ass.
During one of the
face
commercials-
fucking me, whatever he was doing in his dream.
That's what I was going to get to, because you mentioned the Howard earlier. I wonder what's going on in these fantasies. What am I doing? You've had some time to think about that. What do you think your role is in these fantasies? What do you see yourself doing, wearing?
Well, I see, George has stayed back, and the show has ended. George has stayed back in the studio to, gather his things. I come into the studio to help organize my notes and get everything ready, prepped for the next day. And I'm working over the Howard's console. And I don't see George in there. Maybe George is behind where he usually sits. And all of a sudden, I feel my pants dropping from behind me. And then he takes me from behind. And I bleed all over the studio.
George, you were really hitting it off
And
with Tony Bennett.
then he grabs me by the hair, pushes me on the floor, and shoots a load all over my face. And forces me to eat it. Not that I thought about this at all before. Not that I have any desire for this to happen. I just creep myself out.
You just creep me. I'm sorry I asked this question. George.
Yes.
About your relationship with Mr. Bill Shatner. Will there ever be a détente in this this very chaotic situation?
Well, it takes two to tango.
Right.
And I'm ready to tango. But he always keeps popping up with one new issue after another, which, gets him attention. I mean, we sent him an invitation to our wedding, but he had a need to have some kind of issue to attract the media's attention. So he claims that he never got an invitation, and he rants and raves and calls me all sorts of names about it, And so I said, when the press came to me, we did send him an invitation, and his ranting and raving is just amusing to us. Everybody else came, and he could have come too, but then he goes on, again, he had something else happening, and he says that he's found that I have a psychosis, and that I should see a psychiatrist, and that gets him a lot of attention. I am a professional. I can work with everybody. I've worked with a lot of divas, male and female.
So you keep extending that olive branch, and he keeps slapping you in the face.
Well, if he extends an olive branch, I will certainly accept it. But it takes really two to tango.
Right. And you've certainly tried. You've certainly tried to extend the olive branch, and he just keeps slapping it away, and there's only so much you can do.
Well, if he keeps slapping, I know how to slap back too, and so I respond in kind when the moment is appropriate. But no, I have no problems with him. I know what he's like, and I can work with him professionally. I'm, certainly not going to have him as one of my best friends, but
we're back, George.
Oh, we are. I got to go.
What's up, Jonah?
What's up, man?
How are you, man?
Oh, man, I'm so excited to be here.
You're a big fan.
Every day, all day, every day. Listen, all day, man.
So you even know guys like Ronnie?
I know who you are, dude. Put it that way. Yeah, when Ronnie came to let me in, I was like, Ronnie, limo driver. Yeah, I mean, and this is. Am I going in here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is crazy. This is the absolute pinnacle of my career. I can't believe I'm here right now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I asked for. Like in my movie contract is like as far as like just a personal thing is a car that has Sirius XM, so in between takes I can listen to Howard.
That's awesome.
And I have it on set, so I literally run when they yell cut, I go in the car and listen to Howard, and no one.
And you just catch the replay at different points throughout.
And I
the
just
day.
hear different chunks of the show, and I'll listen to like the intern show and all the like the after show and everything, like the fan roundtable and everything like that.
So you even go to like Howard 101 and you're all over that.
I'm like, I'm a true Howard enthusiast. Yeah.
That's really cool.
And everybody, I mean, I just like, I don't know. It's like hanging out with a group of really funny people, but you don't have to contribute at all to the conversation.
Right.
You know?
It's like hearing your friends get ripped on, but you don't have to do the ripping yourself.
Yeah, or no one's making fun of you except for, I guess, today maybe, if I go in there.
No, I think Howard digs you, man.
Oh, man.
I definitely think it's mutual.
This is really, really exciting. Out of all the shit I've ever done, this is my favorite. I mean, this is like the thing I woke up excited, like, let's go. I'm so excited. I mean, it's like, it's real early.
For you, it's probably like 4 a.m. So.
Yeah, I'm from LA. Yeah,
Right.
So it's early, but we've actually been traveling around the country and stuff. But yeah, dude, this is crazy. This is so bananas. Like I can't believe I'm here.
Well, we're psyched to have you too, man.
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah.
So Moneyball's the new movie.
Yeah.
But I imagine you know the show so well. You're not going to just talk about Moneyball. You're going to talk about your life, Brad Pitt, everything, the whole deal.
I imagine it's going to be a lot of stuff that does not have to do with me promoting a movie. But that's cool. That's why you come on this show. You don't come on and do some boring standard interview, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll see you in a minute.
Brad, thanks a lot.
All right, Jonah Hill just got here, so I'm going to go in and prep Howard. He's got some wild stories. Dustin Hoffman's the one that discovered him. He used to do these poetry readings, like kind of tooling on poetry readings at this bar in the village, and Dustin Hoffman saw him and put him in a movie.
I think he was friends with Dustin Hoffman's kid.
Kids, right? Mm-hmm. He's passed on some great movies. I know when Seth Rogen was here, he said he passed on a role in Transformers. Mm-hmm. He helped write Bruno. His father was the tour accountant and business manager of Guns N' Roses, and his brother manages Maroon 5 now. He doesn't like Perez Hilton because he makes fun of him.
Okay.
That's it.
Real quick, let's hear from John Lieberman, and then we'll talk to Jonah Hill, who's in a new movie with Brad Pitt. Let's go to
Brad
John
Pitt's
Lieberman.
not coming.
No, Brad Pitt wasn't available. Jonah is, though. Don't tell me you're disappointed.
Well,
John Lieberman was hype.
Jonah's coming in, not John
Jonah's
Lieberman.
in. All right, no John Lieberman. All right,
Yeah,
come on
I'm
in, John. I called. That's all right, Gary. You're right on top of things as usual. Hey, man, look at the new you.
Yeah, look at you. Where are you?
Look at you, man.
Hi there.
Hey, Robin, what's up? George Takei's here today. This is your friend. What's up,
It's
Takei? I'm sorry.
Takei.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh man, this is really great.
You got me my worst. I got a neck pain. I can hardly move my head.
Would you like a massage?
Yeah, can you fix it? I mean, do you know anything about that?
I went to massage therapy school for
Did
quite
you?
a. No, I did not.
It's a good story, though.
It would have been. I would have been able to help you.
So, you know, this is weird. I was reading notes on you, and I think you've had a pretty spectacular career so far. How old are you now?
27.
27, and you got discovered by Dustin Hoffman?
Yes, that is correct.
That's pretty amazing. Like, you went to a poetry reading, which you'd think would be pretty lame and no one would discover you, but you went up...
You do poetry.
Well, it's a little more complex. I do not do poetry, no.
Well, you're a writer.
I'm a writer, yeah. I came up as a writer, and I started learning how to be an actor because I was, like, very bad at talking to actors.
Right.
And so they said, you should take an acting class to learn how to speak to actors.
Right.
So, and that's where I loved I fell in love with acting through taking that class to become a better writer and
Right.
actor. And it's not as simple as like I walked in the bar and Dustin Hoffman was there like having a glass of brandy and was like, "You kid, get out to L.A."
Well,
Like,
Dustin Hoffman was there because Dustin Hoffman's kids.
I'm friends with his kids.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he saw you performing poetry at the poetry read.
Well, they saw that, and that's how they thought I was really funny. But what I did for him was actually way funnier. Was I used to make these prank phone calls.
Yeah.
And he used to have me make these prank phone calls for him and call like other famous people and stuff like that.
Like who did you call?
We called this one guy who owned all these hotels, like some super rich dude, and I pretended to be another guy who owned hotels and started talking shit to him. And he loved it. He thought it was so funny, so I made him this CD.
Where would you do this? Would you do this at Dustin's apartment? They make the funny phone calls, or would you do them?
Yeah, their house. Their family's like phenomenal.
So you would go over to Dustin's house. You'd say, "Hey, Jonah, I love your phony phone calls."
You go, call this person, call this person.
And he'd sit there.
I'd go in the other room. They'd all be in speaker in another room, and I'd be by myself. And prank phone calls, everyone jokes around. You guys, I've heard.
We love them.
But to me, it's the best improvisational exercise you could ever have. It's the most you could ever be in character. It sounds silly.
Right.
But you really are playing a character, and you really are thinking on your toes more than you ever would in a scene.
Right. It's just amazing to me that Dustin Hoffman had a list of people he wanted you to do this to. And would they be vicious?
Dustin bored?
Would they be vicious
I'll tell you
calls?
a really funny story.
All
man.
right.
And this is funny because now I'm friends with Tobey Maguire.
Right. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Right.
He's a really cool guy. But I obviously didn't know him when I was like starting out, and he was this big famous guy. So my biggest prank phone call I used to do that he used to Dustin loved, everyone, all my friends really loved was, and this was before Crank Yankers, so I think they did something similar. Not that they ripped off some 17-year-old kid that they never met.
Just a coincidence.
It was just a coincidence.
Right.
But the idea was you call and pretend to be a celebrity's assistant.
Right.
Okay? And to me, this is the funniest fucking thing you could ever do because people are nuts, and all they want to do is please celebrities. They don't care about anything in the entire world. So during Oscar season is when all the celebrities rush to LA and all the hotels are booked up. So I called this like really small hotel that would never have a celebrity, like a Roach Motel in Santa Monica. And I tell them Tobey Maguire's assistant. I'm 17 years old and I recorded it. I have the recording and everything.
Right.
And so
you had the gift of gab, and also you had the ability to speak like an adult, right? Because that's how you have to pull these things off.
Yeah, you have to sound like you know what you're talking about.
Right.
And that was originally how I knew I wanted to be a writer, because like people were like, "Man, that's funny. You can call the Domino's guy and keep him on the phone for 45 minutes
and make it interesting
and make a character,
Right.
So I call him, pretend to be Toby's assistant, and I go, "Hey, I'm an assistant to a pretty big celebrity, and it's Oscar season. Everywhere's booked. We can't get anywhere. Toby would love to. He's chosen your hotel."
Right.
And the guy, it's also like midnight on like a Tuesday, and the guy sitting behind the counter is like, "That's crazy. Okay, yes, that sounds great." And I'm like, whoa, slow down. Toby has some requests, okay? Right. And he's like, "Well, like what?" And I'm like, first of all, he needs like a pretty large-sized aquatic tank assembled within the room." And the guy's like, "Okay." And he's like, "Why?" And basically kept on for 50 minutes and basically explained that Toby travels around with a baby seal everywhere. And the guy's like, and I'm like, "What about the irrigation tubes? Like, how can we empty out the valves and everything?" And the guy's like, "I mean, we've never had a seal here before, but whatever Toby wants." And then it evolved, and me being dumb and 17 evolved to like, Toby likes to take jogs at like really late at night with like a pack of young children following him, like the Pied Piper, and so the guy's like, "Sure, whatever you want." And the funny part is, a guy I know at that time played it for Toby, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And now we're friends, so it's all good. But
so Toby was pissed because now it's his name out there with you going around doing this shit, right?
Somebody thinks he likes to run with children.
Some idiot 17-year-old.
Yeah, but now he's
Dustin
hilarious.
would hear these, so you would be doing these in his home, and Dustin would sit there and be entertained by you for hours. I mean, and it's the great Dustin Hoffman, so you
Yeah,
probably.
but I don't want to sound opportunistic. That's kind of my fear is like when you tell the story, it's like I truly am like great friends with his kids. I was with one of them last night. I grew up with them, so it's like it wasn't opportunistic in any way. I was just hanging out with them, and the parents are great, and they were around, so they were like,
and you probably
do this funny thing, like make us laugh.
Like I used to make phony phone calls, and my father, if he caught us, he would just beat the shit out of me. Like he was not going to be entertained.
I got in quite a bit of trouble. Right. Yeah, it wasn't like
because I can't imagine. Like Dustin Hoffman was so cool. He was like, "Hey, yeah, I want to hear you guys making funny phone calls." I used to make phony phone calls for a living, doing them on the radio. And then when I caught my kids making phony phone calls, I didn't know whether to yell at them or praise them.
It's pretty hard to ground them.
Yeah, they were. It was crazy. I think one time they like called Dial Mattress. I go, "That's my sponsor. You can't do
what
that."
If they found out Howard Stern's children.
So like I'm yelling at them for something I do on the radio. So
Yeah.
it was kind of confusing. So how does that work into a job? So Dustin Hoffman thinks you're a killer. You're great.
Yeah, he just goes. He's like, you should pursue acting,
Wow.
and I'm like, you know, I wanted to write for The Simpsons. That was kind of like where my head was.
That was the
at.
goal.
Yeah, that was the ultimate thing I could have done with my life.
Right.
And he was like, you should be an actor. You're really gifted. And I was like, just took it as a compliment, whatever. You know, it was like, thanks. You know, you're the greatest, possibly the greatest actor ever.
Right.
To hear you say that is very encouraging.
Right, and he wasn't being just sort of blowing you off. He was like, he was sincere.
Well, he said it, but I was never going to be like, well, what do I do or anything. Like, honestly, like, I really need to stress you don't want to be opportunistic in scenarios. Like, I'm friends with his kid's friendship was my...
Was it hard for you to make friends as a kid because you were an overweight kid, or were you a popular guy because you were so witty and funny? And
No, I was really popular.
You were really popular.
Yeah, I had a great time.
But you weren't getting pussy in high school, were you?
I lost weight. I got kind of handsome in high school for a while, and I had a girlfriend and stuff.
Oh, so you got laid?
Well, that's a great story if you want to get into that.
Sure. Did you get laid in high school?
This is a fantastic story. No, I lost my virginity my first night my parents dropped me off at college. But I'll go into why I didn't lose my virginity in high school, which is a very funny story. So I was always popular. There was a period in middle school where I was really angry that all my friends started to get a lot of girls.
Right.
And I didn't because
somehow I know that feeling.
Yeah,
right.
But mine, I've never been an angry guy, but it manifested in anger.
Right.
And so I was kind of a dick for like a couple years, and then I got past it, and then I got kind of handsome in high school, and girls started to like me, and I got this really cute girlfriend. I was really psyched.
Right.
And
you're like, wow, I'm happening here.
I was like, this is cool, you know, because
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Los Angeles, California.
Los Angeles,
yeah, right in the middle of the city. So, so we had this plan that we're gonna like have sex on prom night, you know, like a John Hughes movie or something.
Right.
I wanted, because I'm a huge girl and I wanted it to be special, and so we made this plan to do that.
Go to the prom and then bang at the hotel, or
well, bang, yeah. You know,
make love.
Make love.
Right. Make love in the car.
George,
maybe?
can you say make love?
Make love.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we go and I get like blackout hammered with my friends, like real drunk, and we go back to my room. And I threw up into her mouth while we were kissing. And
disgusting.
she slept. So not only did I not have sex, but she slept with my friend's girlfriend, like in their room. So it cockblocked him as well.
Oh God.
And then my losing my virginity story is crazy.
Why couldn't it happen the next day?
I can't be here for 4 minutes without divulging every piece of information.
Yeah, but why didn't you bang her like the next day?
She was sleeping in another room.
Honestly, we lived with our parents. Like it was like
it was prom night or no night.
No, it was not even that. It just circumstantially, it never like came to fruition.
How far did you get with her? Did she give you a hand job?
Yeah.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you'd had a hand job.
Come on, Howard.
All right. Oh, hey, listen. I don't know what your story is. We're just trying to feel each other out.
Trying to see what the kids were doing back
That's
then.
right. Yeah, sure. What are you kids up to? So you go to college. The first night at college, you get laid.
Yeah.
Look at you. What college did you go to?
I went to Boulder for one semester. I wouldn't call it going to college.
Boulder's not a college, is it?
Honestly, it's just like a drug and snowboarding factory.
Were you a bad student? Is that why you had to go to Boulder?
Well, no, I was so man, I'll tell you, during this angry, fucked up period during like 7th, 8th, 9th grade, I went to this school that I didn't really like very much.
Right.
And I was going through a hard time personally with like my mom was sick or whatever.
Right.
And
she die?
No, she's alive. She's
okay,
all healthy, thank God. And I was like bummed that I wasn't getting any girls, and I was a dick.
Right.
And so I did really poorly in school. And then I went to this other school, made all my best friends, got straight A's.
Right.
But my 9th grade grades were literally F's.
Right.
So I got like A's and then all F's, and it all factored together to like a 3.0 as opposed to like a 4.0.
So for you, it's Boulder.
So I get into Boulder. All my friends are going to like fucking Georgetown and shit. And I'm going to Boulder.
It's embarrassing.
And I get there. I'll get to the good stuff. Don't worry. So I get there. My parents are there. It's the first night. Like, my parents aren't leaving for like 3 days.
Right. They're going to hang out. They really are into you.
Yeah, my parents like me a lot.
Right,
we're real tight.
They're going to college with you.
Yeah. And I remember I smoked cigarettes at this point, and I really didn't want to go to Boulder, and I was like, you guys are making me go to college. I just want to write comedy. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, this rebellious thing. And they were like, you're going to college, blah, blah, blah. And I go, and my parents, I like secretly smoked cigarettes.
Right.
And I was like, well, guess what? I fucking pulled out a cigarette at the airport. It was like, I smoke cigarettes. And my mom was like, put that shit out. She like fucking almost snatched it in my face off. So whatever, we get to Boulder, and I go out and I'm like, I don't know any of these people. I don't snowboard. I've never been in the cold weather before.
Yeah, you're not a Boulder guy.
I'm not a Boulder. I'm way too like anxious and want my life to get started to be here.
Right.
And everyone's just the most mellow party animal you've ever seen in your life.
It's a bunch of slackers.
People, this dude just, I get to my dorm and that guy just hands me a bottle of Southern Comfort.
Wow.
And is like, here you go, man. So I get real drunk and I meet this girl and she looks like real good to me from what I'm, because college you can really reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
I was kind of like, I was in a band, like I kind of looked a little cool. I was like handsomer at this time.
You weren't heavy at that point?
I wasn't heavy at that point,
Nice.
so I was like, I was feeling like real good. So I meet this girl, and it's on, and we like have sex, right?
Just like that.
Like, yeah, it just
But
goes
you were
down.
drunk.
I was drunk, so I don't remember it. And I mean, I remember it, but I remember it actually.
Put it in and you come in like 2 seconds?
Probably. I imagine it wasn't a long affair.
Yeah, right. I know the feeling. I still do that.
So I wake up and I'm like, oh man, there's like this hot kind of girl next to me.
Right.
And I later learned that this was not a sign that you should be with someone if they have she had a Playboy insignia, like not tanned, like, you know what I mean? Like, so everywhere her body was tanned except for the Playboy insignia on her.
That's an odd girl, right?
Well, it's just
That's
not
scary.
odd, but it's like, it's not like, hey, this wasn't her first time doing this.
Right. And what's she doing with the Playboy insignia
That's
anyway?
what I'm saying, yeah.
She's trying to be a playmate. Yeah.
Right.
So we wake up. My roommate's freaked the fuck out. He's an ROTC guy. Who's
He
not
probably
yet-
thinks you're a stud.
He thinks I'm like awesome, but also like he just wants to do homework and be in the ROTC.
Did you think college was going to be like this every day now? Were you under that impression since you had never been to college before? You were probably like, wow, you go to school and you get laid every night.
Honestly, that's kind of what Boulder is like. Like, honestly, the guys I know who I got the fuck out of there because I'm like, I need to get a job and like start being a man, or I'm going to be a drug addict and a crazy person. And a lot of dudes I know who stayed there
Are drug
they
addicts.
chill
and
out
crazy.
in Boulder and they trip balls like every day.
Wow.
And so my parents show up.
Yeah.
It's like 8 a.m. the next day, and there's a knock on the door. My parents show up to take me to breakfast.
And they see the
and there's
girl?
this fucking girl, the Playboy bunny thing, like naked in my bed.
Your old man must have been, wow.
Well, no, they didn't see. I was like, I was like, Mom, go get a cup of coffee or something. I'm like, hey, you gotta get out of here. Like, this isn't cool. My parents aren't into me bedding weirdos.
Who knew you were such a stud, my friend?
I did okay.
You know, you get the image in the movies and on these TV shows and things that you're like this, the nerd or the nebbish, you know? And
I've always been good at talking to people. I think you probably, I mean, not that you are a nerd in any way. I don't view you in that way. That's not what I was saying. But
I'm a nebbish.
But the gift of gab, being funny, like that's a very powerful thing.
It somehow wasn't powerful enough to get me laid, but yes, it is powerful. You're
But
right.
also, I wasn't a bad-looking guy, and I got heavier, and then I got cast in all these movies.
Why did you get so heavy? What happened there?
I think that's an honest question. I mean, I think that's not something I'm afraid to talk to or whatever about.
Were you depressed?
I think it was just like anxiety,
right?
And like I really am focused and motivated guy. And
what were you eating? Were you eating McDonald's? And
honestly,
that kind of
I never learned about nutrition. Really,
right? Me
this
too.
was the
I got
first time
heavy
I
at a point
learned
in my
about
life.
nutrition. Did you really?
Yeah, and I thought nutrition meant instead of eating like 5 pieces of fried chicken, you should only eat 2. Like I didn't understand the concept of nutrition.
So when I eventually went to this nutritionist guy, his really insightful point of why I think he goes, what did you write down your 5 favorite foods.
Right.
Okay? You go on the island or whatever.
Right.
And it was like the menu of a 6-year-old's birthday party. It was the most pathetic
M&Ms.
fucking thing. It was like fucking chicken fingers and mac and cheese. And he's like, look at this, because this is what a 6-year-old eats. You're an adult
Is that what you would
man.
eat? Would you eat like chicken
I would
fingers?
fucking,
and,
it would fucking be the dumbest. I lived like a. Think about this. I became successful at 21, 22 years old.
The first thing you were in was a Judd Apatow project,
Well, I've
right?
been in other movies, but like Dustin had got me in I Heart Huckabees, and I, you know, but the big breakthrough was Superbad, right?
Right,
That's
sure.
like, that for me was like
With Seth Rogen.
where Seth wrote it, with Evan
Right.
Goldberg, and we were all like really close friends, and
Right.
it was a really joyous experience. But I became successful 21, 22 years old.
Right.
My friends were in college. I lived like a frat guy. I didn't
How'd
have
you
a
get-
nice place or
Right,
anything.
right.
Seth and I lived in the same apartment. We fucking had a bong was our like lamp. He moved out and I moved into the apartment.
So you were in Boulder.
You know.
You transferred to a good college, and then how
New
soon?
school here in New York,
New school in New York, and then how soon do you start getting acting jobs while you're in college?
No, well, what happened was I got, so then Dustin, so it was like I go home, he gives me this compliment.
Right.
And then he calls me one day and he's like, I'm interning for my friend's older brother.
Right.
I was making boxes for him. He worked at like a music company. It was like me and like 10 dudes in a basement making boxes.
And you get this call
would get
from Dustin Hoffman.
so high every day at work.
Oh, dear.
All you had to do was just fold boxes. It was like the dumbest job ever.
What would you do? Weed?
Yeah, I don't do like real drugs.
You're not
and
into
shit.
coke?
No,
Never
no.
tried it?
No, I never. Hey man, I've tried shit.
That's right.
I don't know.
Acid? You ever just take a trip?
No, I never have. It's not honestly like the
bad
only
shit.
drugs I've ever done that I enjoyed were weed and mushrooms, like once every 2 years.
You never did ludes. You never did hash oil. You never did.
I don't think ludes was my like generation out
I
of
see
it.
it. Yeah, they don't even
make that anymore,
like
right?
everyone who speaks of them when you
Yes.
talk to someone of that generation, they say like ludes were. That's what I liked.
Yeah.
I'm like. That sounds cool to me, but I don't even know if that exists anymore. Like
They
I've
really
never
don't.
heard of that,
Well, never mind.
They
that.
were
But
so
anyway,
good they stopped making them.
That's right. They used to make them and they stopped. They like disappeared.
They're like, this shit's too good.
And they were 25 cents a piece.
Everyone's gonna be just on this shit all the
I mean,
time.
they were 25 cents a piece. Even in college, I could afford those. I was taking way too many. But
drugs were never like my big deal.
Yeah.
Eu matei o Mira Torta 3 vezes já. Será se vem o report?
Mira Torta.
Não me dando, pô. Nem fudendo. Nem fudendo. O que foi isso na minha tela? Não entendi nada, velho.
O gás tá perto de você. Zona
Tá,
segura
deixa eu ver.
realocada.
Pegando aquele dali. Eu vou lá, né? Vou lá, né? Um cara ali.
O contrato foi comprometido. Acabou. Não estamos vendo os locais das caixas de suprimentos. O contrato falhou.
Carinho de qualidade. Pegar onde? Tô fazendo umas cotoquices aqui. Normal, né?
Gás se aproximando.
Ué. É, galera, não foi dessa vez. Lá naquele lá mesmo. Eu me distraí, não deu tempo. Ah, carregando marigo lá pros outros, não. Tô com fome. Noite rolando. Eu meu. Vou dar 𝗦𝗵 mosquito ainda. E agora, essa safe aí, nada definido pra que lado vai, hein? Foda. Cara, será que destrói o balão se atirar no pé dele? Porque atirando nele não pega. Cara, aqui é safe.
Balão do bunker?
É. Já aconteceu algumas vezes de destruírem, né? Será que tem que atirar no pé dele ao invés de atirar em cima?